Welcome to the Pills to Hills podcast, episode 9. Boys are back in the house. So we're with Mike Jenks today. First and foremost, we are sponsored by Pegasus. I was going to say Pills to Hills then. We're sponsored by Pegasus Ultra Running, which is setting the standards, as Mike would say, for ultra running with no cut-off times.
Yeah, so if you fancy an ultra, get yourselves down there.
And use Pills to Hills,
10.
number 2, Pills to Hills 10 for 10% off with the Pegasus events. Now,
And before we go anywhere, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to the guy in work who stopped me today and said, I've seen you on that podcast. And he's doing his first ultra in
Crime Watch, was it?
Might be.
Oh.
He's doing his first ultra Saturday, Race the Stone, said he knew you. You didn't remember who he was. I don't know who he is.
well, you didn't tell,
You
you didn't
work
tell
with
me
him?
his name.
I don't work, I've just seen him in the building.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant he was a colleague.
No. But yeah, good luck for Saturday. Happy days.
Yeah.
Over
What
to
you,
you.
what you need to get is you need to get Pegasus to get you as a sponsor at the beginning of every race and a race briefing.
Yeah.
We could be race directors next year.
Just not after drinking this stuff.
We'll have
No
to get
chance.
you on fucking Zoom.
You have to what?
Get you
Yeah,
He'd be fucking late for his own race, wouldn't he?
I know. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, yeah, I'll be quite far away by that point as it happens. Yeah, well, it depends. Actually, might be back by that time. Yeah, yeah.
I reckon you should race there. I reckon you could do it.
I think we could.
Speak to Reece.
That'd be good.
That would be
You'd
really
be class
funny.
at it. You'd be really good.
I'd
at
probably
it.
do my fucking tempo, wouldn't I?
You'd probably.
Get me and Hannah doing it. That would be ridiculous.
That would be good.
Yeah,
that would be good.
I did the Canon last year when Hannah was race director and she was brilliant. I know she spoke about it on the last episode.
Yeah.
The last episode was wild as fuck.
How do I follow up?
I was just going to say,
I've got a slimy vagina.
That's not what you told me.
Yeah, I've got some cock stories though. From
Well, you
races.
did say you got a surprise for us today, didn't you? So is that what it is?
No,
Is this-
there's no slimy cock coming out today. That's for after.
So where do you want to start? Because you've got bloody so much to talk about. And
Oh my god, my back catalogue is ridiculous. So it's up to you really. Anything you
Forever.
want to know?
I'll go forever. Well, for people who don't know you, I know you are well known around the South Wales ultra running community. So for people who don't know you, maybe get a brief.
Okay, brief introduction.
Yeah.
So my name's Mike.
So me?
Yeah.
So me? I can't speak English. What the fuck's in this?
Yeah, it's like that Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
we got,
Yeah,
So anyone not lucky, me
Yeah.
and Mike are
But
generally
animal
mirror,
finger
although
at
he's
each
got
other.
he's got a fucking beard. I haven't.
I'm just half a foot smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I'm from Barry Island, which is obviously famous for Gavin and Stacey, and other things like the Prom 100, which I did, which we'll talk about today. Also, I've got something for you today. I need to remind when we hit the prom chat. I've got something for you. Ryan.
Okay.
I've been running my whole life, so I've raced every distance from 100 meters to 200 miles and everything in between. Relatively all right level, not like elite or anything, but yeah. So I did athletics. A massive football fan. Played football for 26 years. Found road running in 2016. Did the whole PB chase, as everyone seems to do, for a couple of years, and then fell out of love with running. Absolutely fucking hated running for a bit, which is probably a surprise. Found ultras in 2019, and I kind of haven't looked back since. It's kind of spiraled probably out of control. I think you're probably in the middle of this now, and Richard, you're also in the
We have
middle
Richard
of this
again
now,
in the
where-
audience, Mr. Jones.
where you kind of you do an ultra, then you want to do a group of ultras, i.e. the slam, and then you think, right, where can I go now? Where can I do the hundreds, the 200s? And I think
When's it stop? Like
I don't know, because I've obviously just done Wildhorse, and now I'm like, right, what's fucking next? Because
Yeah.
it's Wildhorse was just the most incredible experience, and I've been on such a dip since. Now I'm like, right, I need to find that fucking high again. It's a bit like a heroin trip, I'd imagine.
it's like
Not speaking from experience.
Hannah said last week, innit? She
Yeah.
said like, and you know, after this big event, this is a depth and a check in on people.
Yeah.
People don't talk about it enough, do they?
No, well, because I think somebody mentioned it, didn't they? I think in the comment or messaged
Yeah,
afterwards.
Simon Malley messaged me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's worth, it's worth diving into that a little bit because, you know,
I'm in the middle of it right now.
Still now, because it was about what, 4 weeks ago, was it?
Said like just it's full. The race started 4 weeks today. So it's 4 weeks ago. I was what's the time? So I was like on my way to checkpoint 2 at this moment.
Wow.
Fuck, was it?
Yeah, I just had a massive bonk. Not the fucking, not in the woods. Not
Some
not
fucking
because-
dog walk.
Yeah,
What's
it wasn't.
that?
Yeah. I sat down and just ate all the food I had because I just felt really faint all of a sudden. But yeah, that was 4 weeks ago.
How many miles was checkpoint 2? Because it's ridiculous. isn't it?
51.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No,
51
my God.
miles, second checkpoint. That's
Well, yeah, the
mental.
first start to checkpoint
It's
1
30 miles,
is
isn't it?
29 miles.
Yeah.
So you're doing an ultra at the beginning
That's-
of the fucking race.
You're basically doing the how one before you get to a checkpoint.
Yeah, and it's like 3,500 feet. So and you don't fit. There's no big climbs at the beginning, but they're just rolling hills and fields. So you're always kind of climbing, I guess. But no, yeah, 4 weeks ago. But then I suppose we'll get into the race in a little bit more detail as we go on. But since the race, like I can imagine like winning the World Cup or I don't know, winning the world title in boxing or something. I'd felt that because I've done hundreds, but nothing compared to the Wildhorse. Like touching that gate and experience that real fucking surge of what's the word?
Accomplishment.
Just like
Primal
all the-
instinct.
Yeah, all the chemicals being released.
Right.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the endorphins and everything.
All the endorphins, and then you get home, and I live on my own. Like me and the kids' mum split up. God, 2018. So I live alone, and I think I sat there for 5 days in one spot on my sofa, just still. I lost a stone and a half, I think, in
Jeez.
4
That's
days.
mad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I didn't have the energy to get up and cook properly.
Fuck.
I was snacking, and then all of a sudden I just had this fucking massive dip because like I was up there,
Yeah.
and now I felt worthless because you're like I had my 15 minutes of kind of internal fame.
Yeah,
Like, in a way, you feel like you made it. You're like, this
Yeah,
is my
yeah,
goal.
yeah.
This was it. I
Yeah.
put
You've
everything
got
into
everyone
that.
messaging you and everyone saying like,
Everyone's
oh, well,
like,
yeah.
everyone is congratulating you, and it's
Phone's
just,
blowing up.
but it's fake, innit? Because it's
Yeah.
just screen. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
There was no one there. And I was
It's
just
not like
my
everyone's
own.
on your house. So, way!
Yeah, no one. I had no visits from friends or family
Yeah.
really. A couple of people popped over, and my sister popped over and gave me some bits. And then I just sat there feeling really fucking sorry for myself, which I shouldn't, but it happens, and I think it's important to talk about.
It's
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think, like you said, a big part of it would be obviously, energetically you're like in a massive dip because of the, what your body's undergone, and it's pulling all available resources, food and drink and water and everything for the next couple of days and weeks, then to try and sort of recover your body and things, isn't it? But then also the dopamine rush, like I think, like you said, with all of the fact that you've prepared for it, trained for it, set out, done it, or gone and done it, and then finished it. But then you've also had like all of that sort of sense of achievement you got from it, but then everything else that everyone else has said to you, and like you said, I was going to say the little claps, the little likes on social media, and messages and stuff. Like you said, that all adds to the sort of dopamine spike. But like you said, after that, then that would like drop off, and it's like, how do you get to that level again, isn't it? But yeah, I think it is this, because like I don't think going back out straight away and then run in to try and do something else like that straight away afterwards is like the best way or the healthiest way, is it? But like you said, it's recognizing, okay, that's done, but not necessarily going, oh, well, what's next, but really sort of reveling in the achievement and trying to remind yourself, like, that was so good. And I think that's why people write books straight after doing big things like that.
I get that.
Do you know what I
totally.
mean?
Yeah.
Because I think it kind of helps them to process it, but then also to ride that like spike of sort of enjoyment and a sense of achievement for a little bit longer, maybe. I don't know.
I've been, like this week, I've been writing checkpoint to checkpoint
Yeah,
briefs
yeah.
as posts. I think more so, it's more for like future me.
Yeah,
I fucking forget stuff. So I like nostalgia, so I'll go back and look at stuff. I'm just that way inclined. So I'll enjoy like next year's. Like I sometimes go back and read what I did at Epona. I'm like, oh, that was
I
good.
do that. I look back at
I
stuff
would
like
look
that,
back
yeah.
at my stuff, and I love that side of running, is being able to just look back and do feel a bit of a sense of pride, because I never had it as a kid. I've spoken about this on other podcasts. Obviously, absent father, never had a pat on the back, no one to look up to say, look what I've done, like I've done something really good. Because I've done loads of things in sport, but never had a pat on the back. But then now we're guilty of having social media, and you have got pats on the back, and I'm the worst for wanting validation, and I'm not afraid. People will hide it. I love people saying well done. Like I'm a man. I want respect, and I love, especially from other men. When other men be like, I got called a savage cunt a few weeks ago, right? Best compliment I've ever had. You'll understand that as Welshmen, because it's like it's a term of endearment here, and it being called a cunt. But being called a savage cunt, I was like, yes, It almost made the Wildhorse worth it just for that one. And I'll ride that compliment for ages. But back to the point on dipping, it's really important, I think, when you have friends who are doing these big events, and it's all relative. It doesn't have to be because it's 200 miles. It could be their first fucking 50k. They will have a dip. It's just check in on them, just say you're all right.
Yeah.
But like I will be looking for something to do soon. But because I'm an ultra runner, and that's what I do anyway. I'm not gonna.
100%. And when I said that, I was going to say it's like I mean like a couple of days afterwards. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
If you do the 200, you're like, a week later you're out back trying to bang another marathon or just something like that. I reckon it's once your body's like healed and whatever, that you're already like, I think that's part of it, is like the next mountain. Like Matthew McConaughey talks about it, doesn't he? It's like, once you get to the top of the mountain, it's like, okay, what's my next mountain sort of thing. It's like, what's the next goal or the next thing to try and achieve. Because humans, we love that. We love the striving towards something. And I feel like it just, it's almost like, if you don't have a holiday booked, right? COVID was a prime example of this. Nobody had they might have had holidays booked, but they got fucking cancelled. And it was like, we didn't know when we were going to come out of it. We didn't know when people were going to be able to resume their way of living and go on holidays and stuff again. So life became a bit of a Groundhog Day, and people kind of were like lost, partially because they can't see people, partially because of the worry. But a large part of it, I think, was because life just felt like, you didn't know when we were going to exit.
There's nothing to look forward to.
Nothing to look forward to.
I struggled,
But I think that's the same in sport. That's the same in ultras and running. Is if you've got nothing booked to look forward to, you feel a bit like lost and worthless. And I've just gone through that period. Granted, the last week I'm feeling loads better. A lot of that's because my energy levels are coming back. Legs-wise, absolutely fine. Within 5, I had a really angry shin. Thought I had a stress fracture. I didn't. Just a really angry shin. But within a week, legs were back to normal. It's more your just general energy levels. Like I was fucking narcoleptic. I'd be working at home and then just falling asleep. Because I'd obviously in the Wildhorse I had 2.5 hours sleep in 4 days, which is like dangerous level of sleep deprivation. But also on the flip side, it made me have the most best time because it's like hallucinated my fucking nuts off, which was just, it's worth doing Wildhorse to experience that natural high. Because it's brought on naturally, by not sleeping and trying to move in. I chose night number 2. The second night, I chose to do the beacons in the night solo. Now, what they do say in these races is try and pair up or be in a group, because it could be quite dangerous. But I had a really clear night, and I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go and experience on my own. And I remember do you know the phone box by Story Arms?
Yeah, the red phone box.
So I saw like 4 runners ahead of me. I remember making a video saying, here's my next targets, right? Because I was just doing mini games, because your head starts to fucking go. So I went past them, but I didn't look, and all I heard was, that was impressive. And I just carried on running, because I was running up a hill. And then I had to make a decision on whether I was going to go with them or just go solo. But I went solo, and there was my first hallucination. I remember it quite vividly, actually. There was a fucking little tree, a bit like this tree here above you, this little plant here. But every leaf was a frog doing that, right? And it was really freaky. But I knew what I was going through. And when I did Epona last year, I thought I'd hallucinated, but actually having hallucinations in night 2, then I realised what a real hallucination was.
I was going to say they're not as bad on the minor the first night.
I think most people can do one night without sleep, and it's like if you did a night shift when you didn't sleep in the day, like you can get through it, can't you? But I did see a couple of things with Epona, but nothing like I did on Wildhorse. But then the most bizarre trail experience of my life happened going up towards Fan Llia. So Fan Llia is a really shitty trail. Like, it's not trodden often, so it's not obvious, and it's really rocky. So it's quite slow getting up. And when I got up towards the ridgeline, a mouse, this wasn't a hallucination, right? A mouse came in front of me on the trail and was in front of me moving forward. Now, it wasn't moving any faster than me, but obviously it wouldn't go off the trail either. So for 3 minutes, I ran with the mouse, right? But for 3 minutes, he was my bestest mate in the whole world. Because my head was gone. I was like, that's my fucking buddy for life. And then I started thinking about what we're going to do after the race.
He was in your torchlight, was he just running?
Yeah, so he wouldn't. So as you're going up towards Fan Llia, on the right-hand side, there's a massive cliff drop.
Yeah.
It's a fucking dodgy part of the race, especially if the weather was bad. I was really lucky that night it was clear and stuff. But honestly, for those 3 minutes, I was like imagine it's a bit like a romantic story when you imagine
Like Ratatouille, fucking on your fucking back, like fucking your legs up. Like,
But I called him Mickey, so he was Mickey and Mikey on the mountain. And for those 3 minutes, he was my best pal in the world. And then when he got off the trail, I was proper upset. Like genuinely, like
fucking Tom Hanks and Castaway.
But you can't. You're not thinking straight because
Yeah.
by then I'd had 20 minutes sleep in the whole race by night 2.
That's
so
fucking insane.
So I had more sleep towards the back end of the race, and I was loopy. So if you're interested in natural highs like that and you don't want to do mushrooms, enter the Wildhorse and just don't fucking sleep.
Do you know what? See, I've said this as well now, right? Mike and Rich, like in the audience again, are like, oh yeah, write up for that. Fucking nothing appealing about it to me.
No?
Nah, like 100 miles.
You said you do multi-day stuff rather than doing the continuous thing.
I think so. I probably will end up doing something like this at some point, I'll be honest. But like, there's nothing about it which is like making me think like, fuck yeah, I want to try that.
But that's
because
why
everything you're saying right now, I'm sitting here
Yeah.
thinking, nah, that's amen. And you're right, actually. Yeah, that's true. I always preach that.
2027
I always
is on.
preach that. I probably end. I might be doing it this year. Actually.
You'd be the fucking type of cunt.
This
It would
year?
Well, the north to south
yeah.
Wales, isn't it? Yeah, I meant
I
to
was
be.
gonna say, it's fucking gone.
So you spoke about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I haven't set a date yet, but I've been so busy the last 2 months. I haven't had I haven't had the mental capacity to even consider that. But I reckon I might try and fit it in maybe September time now.
It's a lot, in my experience now, it's a lot different. So obviously you've done 100, you've done 50, and you've done races. These real big ones, I don't think you have to be a great runner to do them. You just got to be able to, one, look after yourself and just fucking move forward really slow, consistent. Yeah. It's not like the people you see at Wildhorse are completely different to who you think you would see if you weren't in this community. And like you see, when we went to registration, you see some of the people and you're like, you look at them and you think, you'd never think those people would go into a 200-mile race. But such as what Reese and Keris have built, the inclusivity and really helping people come along the journey and actually not having really tight cut-off times. Like Wildhorse is 120 hours. It's like 1.8 mile an hour.
Oh, really?
Like 1.8 mile an hour.
Yeah, and the 100's like 50
that,
hours, isn't it?
Yeah, so you get even pound for pound, you get more time at Wildhorse.
Yeah.
Because it's longer, so obviously.
Yeah.
And like I was 40 hours ahead of the cut-off. So there's no need to work. Yeah, and I wasn't moving quick. And there was people there who were like, oh, they might be a bit worried. They smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. So if anyone's watching and they think they can't do it, you fucking can, honestly. You don't even, like I say, you'd be the type of fucker that would just turn up without training and just do it.
Win it.
Yeah.
Wait, it's only 10 hours. What the fuck are you boss for?
He did, no, it's when I first met Ryan, right?
Yeah, that was the first time, wasn't it? Yeah,
so,
literally.
At Pegasus events, I got this thing, right, where it just became a joke between me and my friends that I'll go off in the lead. I'm not good enough to win, by the way. I'll just go off, because everyone can run a fast 5K.
You don't know, mine. You don't know.
So I went off like a bat out of hell, then realised there was loads of pressure on me because I had to nav 200 people behind me.
What was that, the header?
Yeah, the header. But then you'll know this, you go up this bit of a hill, then you go down a hill, and then you come to this fucking steep lane which is going up towards the trail. And I'm running up now and my heart rate's 180. I've done like a 23-minute 5K. Woo, woo! I was like, what the fuck? Who's that? Is that the police? Turn around, it's him. Fucking wooing me, right? But his heart rate's probably 120, right? And it's the first time I met you in person. You just run past me in the head. I'm like, you're right? You're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm fucking dying, yeah.
Well, I literally said this to one of my mates earlier, right? So he came to pick up my surfboard because he's going surfing. And he said, oh, so have we got on, for net a guess or whatever. I said, you. And I said, oh, the first time we met, I was telling him this story. And I said, the first time I met him, I was like, fuck, who's, because obviously we'd had each other on socials, didn't we? I was like, fuck, fair play, he's flying. Because he went out to the gate, gone, and I was thinking, surely he's not going to keep that up for 50 miles. No. And then literally it was a couple of miles in when I was, and that's when I caught up with you or whatever then. But it was, I was like, fuck me, fair play, he is sprinting. But yeah, I think, what was the heart? My heart rate stayed at like...
Yeah, you said you ran zone 2 the whole way, didn't you?
Top end of zone 2, bottom end of zone 3, yeah. So I was tipping over into the bottom end of zone 3 at some points. And then I was starting to like dial it back. So I think my heart was like 130 to 140 like the entire time.
Fucked.
My heart rate be fucking in 200s like.
I'm an ex-roadie, right? And I don't talk about my road past, but I've done so many marathons and halves, and I can run quick when I want. But then I just haven't got the longevity with the pace like I used to, because I just don't do it. I prefer to run long and slow. Where my strength comes later on in a race. So if a roadie come and run with me, you'd be 20 odd miles, and then I'll just go past and be like,
I always say this as well, right? It's like, there'll be people, like you said, will do like a half marathon or whatever, and they'll like blitz me on a half marathon. But then, like in my head, secretly, I'm like, come for 40 miles with me, and we'll fucking see.
It's a bit like Tyson Fury and Klitschko when they used to go in the sauna, and Tyson was like, see how long you can last in the fucking sauna with me. So that's the first time I met you, but. I do it because it's like an in-joke between me and some of the friends. I'll go off like an idiot because it's just fun. I can say I've led an ultra.
Yeah, you did it with them as well, didn't you? I remember that.
But that was about 10 metres, and then Tom Graham,
he
come.
You didn't know him at the time, did you?
No, I know him now. I've been out. We've been out with us, didn't he? Because there's some real fast people in this community, real fast.
Oh yeah, super fast.
You've got these real fast people, like the top like 10%, and I'm kind of in the next sort of bracket. Then again, I haven't had an ultra in a while where I haven't had a pending 100 or 200 mile race coming up. So what I've done in the last couple of years is every time I've had an ultra, I've dialed it back a lot anyway, because I'm like, well, no, I've got Epona coming up, so I need to like chill. I've got the Prom coming up, so I need to. I can't go balls out of rhythm because I've got this 100 miler, and then I've got Wildhorse. When I've done the 3 ultras before Wildhorse this year, I'm like, no, I'm going to relax. Like I pulled out quite early of the hateful 8. I could have done one more lap, and I thought, no, save your legs.
When you said pulled out, then I was like, hang on, you did it, but then I get what you mean.
I could have done. I could have gone out for one more lap and done 40 odd miles, but then I thought, no, be sensible, because then I had my first backyard ultra. Back in April, and then I was like, I'm not doing any more than 50 miles for that. Have you ever done a backyard?
Well, the Hateful Eight is kind of a backyard, isn't it?
But an official. Have you ever done a proper official backyard?
I'm going to do it next year, 100%.
So much fun. I really recommend it.
I know the Hateful Eight, like you said, is maybe not quite the same as such, but I fucking loved that. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
I like that.
It was great. Like because obviously me and Liam Stones, like we were just really enjoying it for the whole time. Just like we were chatting to everyone, we start obviously running. Like, you guys, right? Well done.
It's good because you always see people, don't you?
Yeah,
so you can say hello.
Yeah, we stopped at one point. When that guy John, I think it was.
That's my.
Of course, of course. Well, so when John overtook us, we were like, yeah, fuck that. We're not even going to try and overtake him again. And then we sort of like left him to it. But then we were coming. I think we were coming down the slag heap type thing in...
How the fuck you all ran that? I remember watching videos, and I was like, I was fucking crawling down that.
We were coming down that, I think, and there was somebody coming up. We stopped and had a fucking 3-4 minute chat with them or something like that. And bearing in mind, we were like in second place at this point, right? We just genuinely did not give a fuck about like that side of it. And then I think a little bit afterwards then, Stonesy was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hunt him down, try and get after first place. But by this point, he was way ahead, and
John,
he was miles ahead.
Oh, he's a beast, isn't he?
He was miles ahead in the end, because I think
savage.
He was coming down off the sort of the woodland bit, which is quite long.
The reverse loop, is it?
Yeah, we do the same loop.
So he was coming down off that as Stonesy had just gone up it, and that's like that's like 2 miles ahead, maybe something.
Did you do the same route as the one before, the one I did in winter time?
Slightly different.
Yeah.
I think the other one you go up, you didn't go bit at the top apparently. But yeah, it was slightly different. But
yeah, because the first 3 and about 4 miles was all that were massive, just steep.
That was another one. I went off like a fucking battle of hell in Hateful Eight. Me and John. John was dying behind me, and then I needed to, because everyone had their jackets on. Then all of a sudden the sun started coming up and it was boiling.
Yeah.
So I stopped and took it off, and then kind of took it.
It wasn't
easy
January,
then.
was it?
No, March. Beginning of St David's Day.
Oh yeah,
St David's Day. So I did the backyard ultra, which is incredible. So if anyone doesn't know what a backyard ultra is, 4.167 miles on the hour every hour. So it's very strategic. You've got to get back within the hour and then choose how much time essentially you want to rest before you go. So I was doing 49-minute laps, so give me 11 minutes.
Yeah.
And there was 11 minutes then, and you can eat, drink, whatever, put your feet up, use massage gun, and then you've got to be back in the pen then before the hour starts again. And you go until you fail essentially, but Sarah Perry turned up. So I don't know if you know Sarah Perry. She's the UK record holder for backyard.
Yeah.
So she's regarded as one of the best female ultra runners. Well, best ultra runners in the UK.
Yeah.
Her record is 59 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, in a row.
Fucking hell.
how many
Right.
laps did she do then?
She did 35 to win it, but the only reason she did 35 is because you can only do one more lap than the person who drops out behind you.
Right.
So if you want to break a
can't
record,
keep going.
say if it was me and you running,
Yeah.
and I wanted to break a record,
You can
I
only
need
do
you
one.
to also break the record.
So you
and
only
then
get 2 laps then with me.
you, yeah, we're fucked. So she ran with this guy for 34 laps or 34 hours. He pulled out. That means she's only allowed to do one more. So you need 2 people to break a record.
I'm definitely doing it.
I think the world record now is like 110 hours in a row.
Are there many about?
How many laps? So like 30, you should 35 laps times 4.
Don't ask me.
Oh, she did like
140 miles.
It's 140 odd miles she did.
Fucking lovely, that is, fair play.
Well, what's the one you? Is it when you said like back? Is it like an official brand like Backyard? Or?
So the guy who created Barkley Marathons,
Oh, Laz, is it? Yeah, yeah.
he created Backyard. So it's his format.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason it's 4.167, if you divide 100 by 24,
Right.
that's what you get. Can you check, Scott?
Jamie, pull that up. Click my abs.
Yeah. So it's a simple concept.
4.67 divided.
No,
What?
100 divided by 24
Ah.
makes sense now when I explain. 4.167.
4.166.
Well, yeah,
Right.
rounds
So-
up to 6-7.
Right.
So that means if you do 24 laps, you do a sub 100 mile. You do a sub 24-hour 100 miler, see? Because obviously the 24th lap, if you do it in 59 minutes,
Yeah.
you've done a 100 miler in 23:59. So the whole purpose is to get. So if you do 24 laps, you will do your sub. You'll do your sub 24-hour. But because
Me and Rich look at each other.
yeah, but,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
but you know what's really good about it? It forces you. So if you go and do a freedom 100, like you've done it, I've done it, you can stop and talk. When I did the prom 100, the amount of fucking people I stopped and talked to.
Yeah.
At one point, I just stopped for half hour just to chat, and I was like, I should just be fucking running now. But
I-
everyone's coming down to say hello.
Mate, exactly the same with me on the Swansea prom one. It was
Yeah.
like, obviously you were there. Do you come down for? You came
Yeah,
down
I
for
ran
that.
with you for
Didn't you? Yeah, I was going to.
Because you were still fucking. I was like, what pace is he fucking? He's at 70 miles in, and I'm still trying to keep
Oh,
up
that
with
was it. Yeah, that. Oh, fuck! At that point, I was flying. But yeah, no, that was it. I think there was one guy who came down, and it was the first time I'd met him. Actually, it was a few people I'd never met before that came down, and I think he got a bit cheesed off actually, right? Because I think he came like gearing up to fucking go for it for like quite a long while. And I was, like you said, I was just stopping and chatting to people and then, and carrying on and then chatting to people. And he went in the end, actually. He left. So I think he got a bit cheesed off by it.
Even though you're 70 miles in.
Yeah. Well, this was earlier on in the day because
okay.
it was so hot. It was like
it's fucking
30
boiling.
degrees. Yeah, it's like 30 degrees. And
What was it, 2 years ago, wasn't it?
2 years ago today.
Was it?
2 years ago today.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
This brings me on to, I think we've
Yeah.
gone off. I've got something for you. Right. Got you a gift. I know what it's like to do a Freedom 100, and then,
Yeah.
you don't get medals and shit, do you?
No.
You just do it yourself. So I've got you something.
Ah,
Right.
this is fucking exciting. This text.
Yeah, I've got to try and find the fucking thing now. Right.
Yours was a million times worse though, because it was like what 0.2 of a mile, wasn't it?
I don't think you can compare. Oh, no, it's in my pocket.
0.2 of a mile is fucking disgusting. Because that's what we initially were going to do at Langland, wasn't it? The Langerlandathon, but.
So I present you with your own 100-mile buckle.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Look at this. Oh, that's fucking stunning. Oh, yeah.
If you want to print something out, put over
that's
my
class.
shitty 100.
Shit, no, I'm leaving that 100 miles as it is.
That's
I
class.
fucking love that.
Because I know what it's like when you do these things and then you haven't really got any, this is banging,
Man,
isn't it?
that is unreal,
Yeah,
to be
that-
fair.
that's
Doesn't that make you want to do it?
I'll be honest, that does make me want to do it. Yeah.
Where you've done, like doing the hundreds and up, because traditionally you get a buckle. So I just wanted to bring a little gift to say well done.
My guy,
For
thank you very much.
2 years ago as well, so happy
you-
anniversary.
Well, it came up on my Facebook earlier on, is that?
Oh,
And like
okay.
I said, I didn't even know that. But
Amazing.
yeah, it was 2 years ago today, which, to be honest, I think I need to fucking leave you and just start fucking banging miles and see if I can run the bath from you right now. I'll be getting phone calls from my manager tomorrow. All right, everything all right? Yeah, I'm just passing Cardiff. why are you passing Cardiff? You made me work. Oh, well, don't worry about that, you know.
I'm running 100 miles.
So let's have a look at these then. Let's have show the camera, first of all.
So this was my first one.
Yeah,
What camera do you want?
Is it, or that one?
Oh, you can use
This
that one
one?
closer, yeah.
So that's the Epona buckle.
Yeah, so let's
That's like
explain.
my third
Let's explain, 'cause
child.
I didn't know this originally when I first started doing this. When you do 100 milers or you get buckles, isn't it? You get medals and you get
It's an
buckle.
American
Yeah,
traditional
yeah.
ultra thing, and then that's Wildhorse.
That one's so fucking nice, isn't it?
That is lovely.
Wow.
Well, so Chris Allen, who runs Made on the Trail, he does all the Pegasus medals, the designs.
Yeah.
He was doing Wildhorse this year.
Yeah.
I was like, he was doing this race, so
Yeah.
he's
So he
created
made
like.
it.
And so wait, he made the buckle.
Yeah,
He made the buckle for the race he was doing.
Ah.
So he's the man behind all the designs. Like last year, the designs were like Cocodona. So
Yeah, yeah,
the
that's what I said.
medals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They got like
so
little-
last year, my slam medals, it's all like one picture across, obviously the wood, but I'm sure it's inspired by Cocodona.
Yeah, yeah,
'cause
I
they're
know
two-
exactly the same.
Yeah, there's a bit of
I was saying-
plagiarism going on there.
I was saying to the
but
boys,
in a good way.
I
But in a
was-
good way,
when
yeah.
Cocodona happened this year, I was like, these look suspiciously like Larch's pegs.
Yeah.
But I love them, like the
But
way they
Cocodona
got,
don't
like,
have donkeys on theirs, do
they
they?
don't know.
Like the Eden one.
You think you don't get? See?
Oh, that fucking blew my mind, actually,
Yeah.
the dinky donkey thing.
We'll clarify it. It's true.
Yeah.
Keris and Reese went on a walk up in the Epping Way, and there's a farm which has got these two donkeys called Maverick and Goose. And they're called the Dinky Donkeys. So that's why it's called the Epping Dinky Donkey Ultra Marathon.
That's mental.
And then last year at Wildhorse, I volunteered. So one of the reasons I signed up this year is because I volunteered last year and it just blew me away just volunteering. And Nick and Reese, they have trackers on as well. The race director, obviously Reese, and Nick, deputy race director. And their trackers were called Maverick and Goose.
Cool, yeah.
And it was really good this year. So at registration this year in the race briefing, they asked everyone, can anyone shout out some funny double act names? And I was like, the Chuckle Brothers. And Chris Sylvester shouted out Torval and Dean.
And he won a race, didn't he? Something like that?
Yeah, so then Reese and Nick randomly selected someone and said, oh, what was the best one? And they said, oh, Torval and Dean. And he threw an envelope to Chris, and Chris got a free entry to Mid Wales 200 next year.
Oh, fuck.
Like little things like that Reese and Keris plan and
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They had like birthday cake for people's who was birthdays.
I would have
and-
said Fred and Rose West.
Yeah. Hey, funny story. You laugh. My nan's ashes are in the same place as Fred West.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah. So Fred West is scattered on Barry Island.
Fuck off, is he?
Yeah. So it's a really funny story. It's like you can fucking Gary Google this. There's a guy in Barry who claims to be Fred West's son. It fucking looks like him as well. So Fred West used to go to Barry Island every summer on holiday. And loved Barry Butlins. He was called Butlins and then Majestic. So it's knocked down now. But yeah, Fred West's favourite place is the place I'm from.
Have you watched a documentary about it on Netflix?
No, I
He's
haven't.
just so fucking. He's just so like. He's like, oh, I buried our Johnny under their fucking patio there. Like that. He's like, the police go down, so they go. They take him down, so they go. So Fred, you know, the bodies. He's like, well, I buried our Heather over there, and if you go over there, Mary's over there too. Like that. Any more, Fred?
Are you his son?
There's a couple, and then he goes to a pot.
Mike
They
West.
buried a few over there as well. He's fucking just like that. I must tell everyone.
How
He's
many people did they kill then?
Fucking loads, man.
Yeah,
They-
yeah.
Yeah, oh, mate,
I
the
know the names, but I don't really know the
Oh,
story.
mate, the fucking
Yeah.
tapped. He
Yeah.
looks like Tom. He's got hair like Tom Jones.
Fred West and
We gotta
Barry,
look into it.
Fred West and Barry Island go hand in hand. That obviously on Gavin and Stacey as well. Obviously bringing it back to fucking Barry again. Their family names are the West and the Shipmans, isn't it? Which is because Harold Shipman was the guy who killed all his patients, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So the families on Gavin and Stacey are the Wests and the Shipmans after serial killers.
And do you know, I've never watched Gavin and Stacey.
You've never watched it. It's
What?
fucking-
I know. I've never. The only one I've watched is
He was
half
eating
of that.
fucking rusks, that's why.
Yeah, literally. I don't know why. I don't even.
There's some good Welsh.
Yeah.
There's that Dolce Vita place next door.
Yeah.
The guy off the have you ever seen the Tuckers?
No.
It's on BBC iPlayer. So that's a Welsh comedy with like Stephen Spears, you know, the guy from Merthyr.
Oh yeah.
And one of the old guys in that programme, he literally, just before I met you guys today, he walked out with it.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a
Seen
good-
Dave Coaches on the Vogue.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Dave's Coaches was parked up.
Oh, you mean
Yeah, not the actual
tour.
guy, the actual
Oh, yeah,
bus.
so they do tours.
yeah.
Yeah, they do
He
tours.
was in that next to our hut, wasn't it?
What was?
Was he?
Torches. He was filming in my hut. Well, I've given to.
Oh, yeah.
They were filming in Jenks.
Of course,
Oh, is
yeah.
Well, most of the cast are Jacks. Most of the Gavin and Stacey cast is from Swansea.
Yeah, my mate's brother, when they
Oh,
did
yeah,
Joanna Payne.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
went to
yeah,
school
she-
with someone I work with.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was in my old school, but before it was my. So like basically,
okay.
you had Menith Bath School for
That's
for
girls,
girls,
yeah.
and Daniel James School for boys,
yeah.
which then merged into just Daniel James. And I think she was in the Menith Bath School for girls.
Did you go to an all-boys school?
The what?
Did you go to an all-boys school?
No.
They
They
merged,
changed.
they
Oh, they
changed.
merged.
Yeah,
See,
they
I went
merged.
to an all-boys school.
Yeah,
Fucking
I'm.
Yeah, one of my mates went to an all-boys school.
Yeah, it's weird, bizarre. It's just a cock swinging contest.
Yeah.
Because there's no girls to impress. He's just
Well,
Oh, was that
Just
comp
like-
as well? Was it?
yeah,
That's
like
mad.
state school, not like a private school. Like
Yeah.
so in Barry, similar. You had a girls' school and a boys' school, and then it was one road in between. You'd only ever see girls when you were walking home, like on the one road.
well,
That's
do you know
nuts,
what?
that is.
So the Penland School for boys, right? Oh no, so we're there.
It can't be
No,
healthy.
what was
in
it?
an
No,
all-boys
but that.
school.
No.
What did I say? Oh, sorry. Penland School for boys, Menith Bath School for girls. That's what it was. And I think basically the Penland School for boys is where Bryn Towie is now at the Welsh School by Penland Leisure. So anyone listening from Swansea, they'll know what we're on about. But anyway, the building is huge, right? It's got to be like 8 floors or something, right? So the top, it's high, right? The top of this building. Anyway, there was a teacher called Killer Morgan, right? That was
There's
his
always
name.
a teacher called Killer Evans in my school.
Killer Morgan, right?
Yeah,
So
see,
Related to you.
No, but sorry to interrupt, but tangent. He used to play golf against my father. So like sometimes I go into school and he'd be like, "Ah," he had a really funny voice. He'd be like, "Evans boy." That's right. That's what he told me. He'd be like, "Evans." I'd be
Sounds like
"Ah."
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
Killer Kermit.
I am going to do Kermit now. But you go, Evans. I played with our father in golf on the weekend. He cost me 300 quid in the TV, and if you forgot your kit or whatever, there were quads in Bishop Gore School. Have you done any talks or whatever? Bishop
Yeah,
Gore?
yeah.
There's like
couple.
quads. So he used to make you do this thing
Yeah.
called the quad run. So he's like, yeah, he cost me 300 quid in TV. Quad run. I'd be like, I'm on the way to fucking science. He'd be like, how do you back down and fucking get running? I'd be like, fucking hell. I get him. I'd be like, what have you fucking done to that guy? Fucking lunatic. Although he did sort me out because like I used to hate playing football or rugby. Like I never did that. I'd always say like, forget my kit. So you could see like I like basketball. I had a little bit of a shine to it. So he let me play basketball for like 3 years straight. Just he's like, just sort yourself out. Like,
What's fucking mad though is like a lot of people in the running community will kind of get this. I loved sports in school, so I probably don't sit in this bracket. There's so many people who paid to do ultras and races. They used to fucking get out of PE when they were in school. It's mad how when you grow up and you kind of move, you start paying for shit.
like athletics,
You
I
actually
love like
enjoy it
swimming and
more,
stuff.
yeah.
It was only football and rugby I fucking hated. Everything else I loved. I just didn't like football or rugby. Don't know why.
I hated all team sports, but just to finish the Killer Morgan
Oh
story.
yeah, sorry,
right?
I fucking totally interrupted.
It's all right, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
That stuff does really fucking. I forgot about it.
You fucking synapses like
Starting
Basically,
frogs again.
it's like a hangover when Alan's like at the casino and his eyes are crossed. It's like all the fucking numbers are going up and down like that.
basically, he hung someone out a window.
I think it's like, well, like Michael Jackson with his baby.
I
Like,
swear to God.
I'm sure he wasn't Fred West.
was he on the bottom floor?
This is no. It was on the fucking. It was. I don't know if it was the top floor, but like I said, by the neck. He had apparently, right. Like I said, this is what they called him, Killer Morgan. He had someone fucking hanging out the window, apparently like that, right? And
Did he actually kill him?
No. But listen to me. Nobody apparently would say a fucking word to him, right? But then our deputy.
I'm not surprised.
I love the way he just came out with, listen, he hung someone out the window.
I thought you were never going to let me fucking finish this otherwise.
Sorry, it's a
I come in with,
string
I come in with the hard shit now.
Oh.
Yeah, literally, that was it. He meant to hang someone out the window, but then. Yeah, the deputy headmaster, right? When he was in our school, nobody
He was
kind of
a paedophile,
crossed
was he?
him. No. You know, he was like no proper nice and stuff. He had a bit of a temper if you crossed him. It took quite a lot to get that. But some of the older boys who knew that Killer Morgan and stuff, and also knew the deputy head in our school, they said, they were like, oh no, basically he was a fucking lunatic. This deputy head was, right, back in the day, and I think there was like the hardest guy in the school, right?
Yeah,
Giving
yeah.
it the big one and stuff, and he was mouthing to this Mr. Gracia. He was mouthing to him, And they end up, he went grassy, went, okay, let's go out for a chat now. So they went out on the field.
Fucking squared
They went
up.
out on the field, right? Like, and he came back into the class, bought the two of them. Everyone's like, no, just waiting patiently and whatever. Didn't say another word to him ever again. So I think they basically went out, had a fucking scrap, and come back, and that guy, quiet as a mouse from there on,
class.
didn't do it. 'Cause I don't know if they came back like a bit fucking
More teachers need to do
beat
that.
up, but
Yeah, I think we need to go back to a bit more of that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, these kids these days.
Oh, fucking.
fuck yeah. Some
Take the
of
piss.
the boys in my school were fucking terrible, absolutely terrible. Like one of the guys, Josh Taylor, I think his name was. He's only like, you know.
Are you giving actual names now?
Yeah.
Calling them out like.
Yeah. No, he was only quite short because we were in like year
Josh,
7, year 8 or something.
Yeah.
There was a fucking teacher in his like 70s, right? He retired while we were in school. So we were having like chases and stuff, right? So he grabbed this Josh Taylor now, right? Because he obviously doing whatever. Grabbed and fucking Josh Taylor 10 round, whack, just hit him straight in the face. He's in his 70s. He was literally in his 70s, yeah, and he just cracked him straight in the face like that, and he didn't even get kicked out of school for it.
Well, I went to
It was
Bishop Gore.
wild,
right?
crazy.
Bishop Gore isn't considered a rough school, really, although it isn't scary, but he wasn't like beaten the neck or whatever.
Oh, it is a bit
So I
rough.
fucking went to primary school up the road, Mumble. So it was literally like fucking little house on the prairie with a fucking little white picket fence. Nothing ever went on there. My first day in comp, right? Some guys fucking throwing darts at people in this quad, right? Throwing darts at
Sounds
people.
like my school, yeah.
I remember I went for a piss once in the toilet. Some guy set a firework off. His fucking shot past me exploded. I pissed all over myself. And then, to finish off, I got so many stories from school. In science, right, it must have been GCSE year. We had this teacher called Mr. White, right? Fucking useless cunt. Absolute fucking useless, right? Right? It's GCSE year, right? And he's like, it's GCSE year, right? You go into his
I
back.
hope he's dead now. 'Cause I hope he
I
don't
hope
watch
he's
this
fucking
podcast.
dead as well. GCSE year, right? He goes into his back room. He wheels up this telly. He's like, right then, guys, I'm sticking on the Simpsons. Don't bother me for an hour. We're like, it's GCSE, right? And I was in the class with all the fucking mongs. So this boy, I'm not going to say names in case.
Do you realise why?
Oh yeah. I'm not going to say names in case he fucking finds me and stabs me. But this boy, right? He's pulled a stuffed. I've told you before.
I'm taking this off.
I told you before. This boy, right? He pulled a stuffed puffer fish, right? A blowfish like this big, right? And he's got like a taxidermy blowfish that's spiked out. Yeah. This guy's got it off the wall. That's on a chain.
I'm looking as if it's there.
He's swinging it around. Alex in fucking Game of Thrones. It's a mace, and he has just let it go on this kid's back. So like all the SWATs or whatever, they're at the front, I guess, like trying to do their work, watching fucking Bart. Next minute, this poor lad's got a fucking fish in his back. He's like, I'm just sitting there like, where the fuck are we? What is going on? Oh, it was an absolute madhouse.
Yeah, going to an old boys' school is. I just felt sorry for the fucking team. We used to have this one teacher, Mrs. Thomas. But we used to play fucking tricks. Look, I was a nice kid in school, honestly, right? And then, but it'd always be an idiot in the class would make everyone else do shit. So we used to do stuff.
Everyone looked at me there when you said that. I always wanted to. Next thing you know, in class.
No, we used to play psychological games with this teacher. So it wasn't anything like mad like that. But we'd do stuff like textbook drop, right? So someone would be like 3, 2, 1, and everyone just dropped their fucking textbook from like a distance, and it would just slam. But then she obviously couldn't fucking do everyone. There was that one time we all put the chairs the other side of the table and faced the back of the room. So when she come in, she fucking lost her head, and she ended up walking to the hospital, which was the hospital, because she'd lost her head.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, because we were all facing the wrong side of the room.
I used to do my
Just
water,
psychological
I used to do my
stuff.
water droplet party tricks. So like they'd be, I won't be able to do it now, but they'd be like turned around doing whatever on the board, and I go like this. And they go, what the fuck was that? And I'd be like, and I turn around again. And they'd be like, I'd be like, sounds like a leak in here, sir.
You're at the wrong joint. Kermit the Frog.
Just in case nobody heard that, do it again.
Right, I can't do it. I'm smiling. Well, that was crap. That was crap, man. Yeah, I used to do that. My mate Richard Cock, he used to have. Do you remember in the 90s? You used to get those watches that can control TVs.
I'm not gonna be able to do
You know,
that.
you could get a watch, it was like.
Sounds like a smartwatch.
No, you had a watch, you had a little calculator, but you could turn on. It had like a transmitter, and you could turn on TVs. So I'd be doing
I remember those.
I'd be doing the
actually,
water drop. Like this guy's like, what's
Just a
the
laser
leak,
remote.
My mate Richard's like, beep, turn the fucking TV on, and he's like, what the? The guys want to break down. We got a right tangent. We
had,
go from fucking 200 miles to
When you
fish in the
were just
bass.
telling that story then, like I was just thinking of what you said about that Mr. White and so I just started laughing. I was like, I couldn't even keep it in then.
Oh, he's an absolute lunatic.
Like this trip stuff, I nearly had a second one of those, didn't I, right? And this is what I'm saying.
I
If
told
had
you we shouldn't drink it before.
If I had a second one of those, can you feel it? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
One of the girls-
Also, we haven't we've completely gone.
Yeah.
We spent like 20 minutes speaking about school.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what we love.
This is-
One of the girls' cat messaged me after Hannah's episode, and she said, "Well, there wasn't much running talk in that episode, was there?" And I went, "Does that shock you?"
From Pills to Hills, or from off your beak to the top of the peak.
That was what you
I
said
like
on the
that.
200 miler, yeah.
Any
Right.
other ones?
Oh, what do we? We had some.
What were your options anyway?
Oh, well, we said in the first episode, didn't we?
Yeah.
What did you say? The blister listers, I said.
blister
Just like,
listers.
people think we're a couple of binge victims. No, the other good one was where's the finish line? That
Where's
was
the
quite a
finish
good one.
line, yeah.
Where's the finish line?
A bit corny. That.
Yeah.
I think for the nature of the conversations we have on here,
Pills to Hills
is very appropriate actually,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. There we are. Let's get back on track with running then,
Yeah,
shall we?
yeah.
So I was going to ask this about 6 months ago. Going into going into like a 200-mile run or a 100-mile run, fucking whatever. Like, what's your so I guess I always tell people I'm not the best person to take advice from when it comes to running, because I just don't really train and just rock up and just hope for the fucking best, which isn't the best strategy. For a 200-mile run, for example, what the fuck do you do?
First and foremost, fucking have fun. So I've got this thing called Risky Trigs, which some of you know about it. So Risky Trigs was born February 2024. I'd seen this trig in a farmer's field on the A48 coming up from Cardiff by Culverhouse Cross. And I was like, I'm going to fucking go and get that.
Tell the people what a trig is if they don't know.
A trig is a stone pillar that were built in the 1930s to triangulate the UK. Essentially,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
There's
so
one on the
they-
prom.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not always on high
Yeah.
points. Actually, the lowest trig is 2 feet under sea level in
Is that- oh,
Cambridgeshire, I believe. So they built like 6,500 in the UK, and you could always see 2 other trigs from any trig you were, and they had these apparatus that would go on, and they would be able to measure. I don't know how they measured it, but they did, and that's how they built accurate maps and found out elevation and all that stuff. But obviously, they don't need them in theory now. They're just more like historical artifacts. So. Bagging a trig is essentially just
It's like a
going
hobby,
to the
yeah,
trig,
bagging a
right?
trig, yeah.
So a lot of hikers do it. You've got a lot of old people that love bagging trigs, but also now there's a new wave of runners
Yeah.
who love to just go and bag trigs. But because obviously loads of farmland and housing developments have happened over, for the last 80, 90 years, some of them are destroyed or some of them are on private land you can't get to. Well, the latter is where I kind of come in and started finding trig points, not just trig points, but any summit points. So I use an app called Summit Bag. And if you use Strava, you'll see some people have like mountain names next to their run and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll zoom in and I'll see if there's any dodgy ones. I've got one in Aberthorpe Power Station. So when you did the Vogum,
Yeah.
do you know the Alcatraz?
Yeah.
I've been inside
Oh,
that.
is there one in there?
Yeah. You saw that.
Did you see it when you ran past?
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
So
Then
so
again, I was fucking dying.
I jumped over a farmer's field, filmed it. People were like, "This is really good."
Yeah.
I keep doing it. So and then what I was doing is just giving myself little side quests. So, but it ended up becoming just real fun. So the first and foremost with 200-mile runs or 100-mile races, just make sure your training's fun because. Like, why do something if you don't enjoy it?
Yeah, and the day itself, I suppose, making it fun as well. Like, I think,
smile your way through it.
Yeah, like I've definitely found that the races where I've enjoyed it and had fun and had a laugh and stuff, it goes. The pain doesn't set in at all or as much.
Yeah.
I think if even if you're laughing, that is like a pain relief,
It's
isn't
like
it? It's
placebo
literally
a little bit.
Yeah.
You can fake. I think in Epona, I suffered. After that first night, I think I was up mile 70. I remember doing a video saying, "Why the fuck do people run? Don't even need to run." Like, why?
Yeah, how many miles did you do the first day? The first 24 hours?
Oh god, I can't. Probably like 70 odds, but yeah, I suffered quite a lot. But then I was miserable. I was a miserable fuck all the way to the finish, really. Apart from the last so many miles.
On the
you get
Epona, you said.
Yeah,
Right.
Wildhorse, 150 miles, just smiled and fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And then suffered. But genuinely suffered. Like, even smiling weren't helping. I was just fucked.
Yeah.
But I had this whole death before DNF fucking mantra, didn't I?
Yeah.
Which was really childish. And some people don't like it because they think I'm just it's probably a wrong message to send to
Yeah.
people that I'm willing to die before I quit. It's literally I can have fucking any mantra I want,
Yeah.
and it just worked for me. But I remember sitting down a mile 150 by that castle just outside of Llanderby. What's it called? Carncerrig Castle.
I'm not sure.
Big fucking one. It's this end anyway of Wales. I remember sitting down. One of the lads called Charles came, "You're all right?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." I wasn't.
Oh, it was the Charles when I seen you.
Charles Gay,
Yeah, yeah.
really good guy. Anyway, I was like, I fucking regret this fucking mantra. What a dick.
Yeah.
But then that forced me just to stand up and just fucking carry on.
Yeah.
Vert, elevation.
Yeah, you
So
always say
that's
that,
my
don't you?
thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't run in miles anymore.
Yeah.
I'll go out and run.
In terms of like a strategy, you mean now? Is it?
Yeah,
for,
like training
what-
runs. Like yesterday, I did 1,000 feet. So I just ran until I hit 1,000 feet. It wasn't like I'm doing a 10K. I'm like, no, 1,000 feet, that's my... So I run in...
Yeah.
Since I've adopted this approach of just running in elevation, the miles still come anyway, because you've got to run miles to get the elevation. But it's just giving me a different type of way of training.
That's really interesting, actually, because like you said, I don't really think you hear about people doing it that way. Like, I think
It's genuine as well.
hills.
I genuinely do that.
Yeah.
I did it. I did 1,000 feet because Rich messaged me. He goes, "How the fuck have you got 1,000 feet in Gosai now?" I was like, "I've been out here 6 months, mate." But yeah,
Well, I
11 miles, I think.
I've always loved doing like you said, the elevation and hills, but like miles and the hills, not necessarily just the elevation. Do you know what I mean? But I think, like you said, it adds a bit of a fun element into it. The fact that you know that you're going out and doing like a couple of hills. Like I set one up before, but I was going to do most of the major hills in Swansea. So like Constitution
What's
Hill.
the record for Constitutional Dragon? How many times up and down?
Ooh, that's
That'd be a good... Do you know what would be a good, real good...
Maddie Shad, eh?
Maddie did a lot, didn't she?
Did she?
I should
It'd be a really
marathon
good
down there.
challenge for that hill, because I know Constitution Hill, because obviously
Yeah.
I went to uni here, is Everest in that hill. So
Of what,
29,000 feet of that. That would be a
which
good
hill?
challenge.
Of Constitution
Yeah,
Hill?
that would be a
Just
good...
do the height of Everest.
Everest in something is always a good challenge to have, isn't
Did
it?
you see his face like that then?
Yeah.
I reckon it's about 250 feet, Constitution Hill.
Constitution
200,
Hill.
250?
Swansea elevation.
I haven't been up there,
I'm going
fucking-
to be up there tonight. No, fuck
Well,
that.
Wildhorse is 30,000, so that's more...
What did you just say it was?
250 feet?
Close.
276. Yeah.
Oh, see, because I run in elevation, I can judge... I can...
Oh, sorry, from sea level that is. So 63
Yeah.
meters, which is...
200, about 200 feet.
Yeah, 63 meters of the vertical thing, and it's 0.8 kilometers or 0.5 miles. So 63 meters. 63 meters. How what's Everest? Everest in
8,000 meters.
Oh fuck. Everest
Isn't it?
8.8.
I go in feet. I don't go.
26 times, is it?
times
That's
does
spicy, isn't it?
63 meters.
There's a challenge
go
for this year,
into
right?
8 meters. Okay, here we go now. 140 times.
Up and down, or just up?
Uh,
Up and down, isn't it?
Well, it's up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
only gaining when you're
Oh,
going
yeah,
up,
yeah.
and
yeah, just be up. So, and up and down would be a mile.
You
so
know, you can see I was in this one class.
you'd have to do fucking hell. So if you're doing up and you'd have to do
You need to be
280 miles.
No, you would. No.
So if it's up and down is 1 mile.
No. So up and down is 1 mile, but obviously the elevation.
It's 140 times is 140 miles.
Yeah, no. So it's 63 meters, but you're only going to do that once, and do you know what I mean? So you're gonna when you go up on that half a mile, you're getting that 63
Yeah, you're not
meters.
gaining anything
You're
on the
not
way
gaining
down.
anything on the
So
downhill.
You're doubling your distance.
So you'd have to do 280 times. Or 281 times.
Yeah, I'm not doing that with you, fuck that.
I'm not doing that myself.
Well, Waldorf was 30,000 feet.
280 miles.
Because that's the kind of thing you do
And
when
that's
you get
200
nothing at
miles.
the end of it.
You are?
Like if you do Wildhorse, you get a banging buckle.
Oh yeah, you just get a fucking week in hospital after that.
And
So you just get a shitty round buckle in 2 years'
and you
time.
get abused by all the residents and all that.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody get the 6 scraps.
Somebody living at the top, literally like, will you shut the fuck up? Because it's 3 in the morning. I'm like, woo!
I'll carry the fucking boats we carry on.
Yeah, so like go back to the original point on like training.
Yeah.
The like elevation is so important. So I've done 4.5 times of Everest this year already from sea level. That was one of them was obviously Wildhorse, which was good. And I live on a really flat place, so it forces me to fucking travel and find trails because there's not many trails or hills around me. But there is a couple of trails. I'll move across with the camera. There's a couple of trails which I'll just do repeat. There's a hill called Teletubby Hill, which these guys would have done in the Vogum.
Yeah.
And that's 150 feet. So I'll just literally at the bottom poles up and down. I think the most I've done is 40.
Fucking hell, for 40.
40 times.
So we have fun, elevation. What else?
Those two are really important.
Yeah.
The rest is, I don't know, just don't go too hard all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Well, you were
I know
saying that
people
earlier,
say
weren't
like loads of jargon, zone 2, 80-20, but generally most of your running really fucking easy, and then the odd run, just put a bit of speed, put a bit of hill work, and you won't go far wrong. You don't need to run. I don't think you need to run
Maybe I'll
stupid
shine at
amount of
100 milers.
miles.
You are.
Maybe I'll shine at 100 milers, 200 milers, because I don't go fast.
I think it's different, right?
True.
So,
Yeah.
this is an interesting fact. Last year at Wildhorse, every single female finished the race. No female DNFs last year.
Class.
Oh,
Do you know
there were
why?
a few DNFs.
Because women don't fucking ignore shit and they look after themselves. Where us men, we'll be, I got a hot spot on my foot, fucking leave it. Wait till the next necheckpoint.
I very much nearly did the stat on the Voga. My feet were hurting when we got into road shoes. My feet were fucking rubbing from the get-go of the speed because I was tamping. I was like, what is going on? They're rubbing. But then when we got to checkpoint 3, there's nothing wrong with them. I was like, oh, they're fine. So I put my road shoes on. And then before we got to checkpoint 4, I could feel a hot spot on my little toe. And I was exactly like, it's only 8 miles, I'll do it. And then Dan, who was running away from work, he was like, oh no, just have a look, see what it's like. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. And I sat down and spoke to Will at checkpoint. I was like, no, fuck, I will look. And I looked and it's gone now, but my top of my little toe, you can still kind of see it. It was just all a blister. So I just taped it up. I just went, oh, fuck it, put all tape around it, and it was fine.
See, that little couple of minute investment would have helped for the last section. But I think as men, we're quite stubborn and we'll just, oh, fuck it, it's just pain or whatever. With the women at Wildhorse are very good at recognising how they felt, sorting it, and carrying on.
Do you know what? See, I think I'm more on like the female side of it in that respect. Then because I kind of like you say, if I'm like I feel something or whatever, I'm like, oh, hang on a minute, let me have a little look at this, and then I'll be like, oh, right, okay, I need to deal with that. I feel like I'm quite preemptive. Do you know what I mean? With stuff like that. Anyway, I like to think
That's
I
good.
am. I don't know.
In the 100 miles and 200 miles there, what would you say like is the most important thing to like get through it? Like with regards to
your head.
Your head, would you, like you said, taking on calories and fuck care is a massive one.
I would say like 3
Because I remember when I was with you in checkpoint 9, you were like really on the ball with your feet.
Yeah, 3 Fs. Fuel, feet, move forward. I think if I had to simplify it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think sometimes we overcomplicate these things.
Yeah.
All you're doing is fucking moving in one direction.
That's it.
So just look after your tools, which are your feet. Same as a boxer looking after their hands, isn't they? Don't ignore shit. Make sure you eat. I'm probably the polar opposite to you. I eat like fucking shit when it comes to these races.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers. I'm a gel-free runner. I'm a gel-free runner. People can't believe it sometimes.
I did that in the program, didn't touch a gel.
I don't
just
touch
eat real
gels.
food.
I just eat fucking food. Party rings was a new one this year because my friend Lee was doing Wildhorse. He'd sent a picture of the party rings, and obviously I work for the company that owns party rings.
Do they own them, do they?
Yeah, so the company, I'm not going to say the name.
No,
I don't know if I can say it,
Yeah.
these names, but I work for the company that own that we bought. So I work for a chocolate company, but now we've gone into the biscuit market over there,
nice.
which is one of the fucking topics I wanted to come on to actually. So this is a good, what's the
Segway.
segue?
Ooh.
That's the one. This is a good
Very fast
segue.
English, just so you know.
Food is really important. Just fucking eat. There's a real good video from this female ultra runner from New Zealand. I can't think of a name. I should remember because she's brilliant. She has this mantra called nibble, nibble, sip, sip.
Yeah, I tried to look for that. You were telling me that. I couldn't find
Or
it.
sip, sip, nibble, nibble. One of the, I use sip, sip, nibble, nibble. So basically simple. Always be sipping water drink. And always be eating constantly. So she's like, as soon as a race starts, put something in your mouth.
Is it?
Yeah, so as soon as she starts the start line, she puts like a jelly bean, eats it. Because what it does then is it's basically sending blood to your digestive system as well as your legs. So your brain's like, we're doing 2 things now. Where a lot of people...
I only wait an hour, then I just...
a lot of people have GI distress if they start a race and they're just sending blood to the legs. And then when they start eating, the body's like, fucking hell, what are you doing? I thought we were just running today.
Yeah.
But if you start eating, as soon as you start running, your body's like, okay, we're doing both. Since I've adopted that approach, fucking unbelievable.
I'm going to try that.
So
That's
much
what I
more,
haven't had any.
yeah, so much more energy. So as soon as I start a race, I'll just literally just eat something, even if it's little, and then
What will you eat like at the start? Like,
just a couple of sweets. Because you're just getting the body going again. And then obviously you're then just constantly eating little bits. At Wildhorse, I had that
Yeah,
patch.
we're on about getting one of them.
Yeah, they're really good for the 100s. Don't get them for like 50s or below. You
No,
don't
no,
need
yeah.
them, but for the big ones, it reminds you because you've got this big fucking pouch.
4
in
litre
front of
thing,
you.
yeah.
You just constantly eating. So I'd like
What are
party rings.
It's like a chest pod. OMV.
OMM
OMM
chest pod.
chest
If
pod.
Those things, yeah.
Ah, right. You see that? You chuck that on for like a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you chuck
so
it on, like,
it goes
on
on
your
the front.
vest.
You can just. I
Fucking buy one of them right now.
I
Don't get
hooked
the
it
orange,
onto
don't
my.
take any orange.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I hooked it onto my. I managed a way of hooking it on because obviously they fit on the OMM packs.
Yeah.
I had an
They're designed
Innovate
for that,
pack,
innit?
but you can work out a way of fucking looping it around.
Yeah,
and
because
shit.
Craig's got one, and he's got the same Solomon bag as me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I seen picture the day he's got it all.
Like it's a bit of a faff getting it off at checkpoints and stuff, but the fact that you've got like I had a charger in there.
Yeah,
I,
it's
fucking
nice-
looked-
it's-
I had like
You had
lip
sandwiches
balm.
and stuff. Did you bring it in for a run at Marga? Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, and I practiced,
Yeah, 'cause you had
didn't I?
sandwiches and stuff inside there.
Yeah, stuff. Boring,
Keeping
you
you
know,
awake,
man.
are we?
So yeah,
It's that CBD treatment.
food is really fucking important. So yeah, feet, food, move forward.
The checkpoint. So on the Epona, just trying to get some intel for 100 milers. How long were you like average? How long would you stay at a checkpoint? You said you were like taking your time to make
At
sure you
Epona,
eat.
I reckon half hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, Wildhorse longer.
yeah. Naturally that'd be
Well,
longer, wouldn't
yeah, they're good investments. They're like, I think there's two types of runners of these things. There's those that want to win and podium.
it? Yes, yeah.
And then there's everyone else who just wants to finish. If
Yeah.
you're someone that wants to finish,
Take as long as you need.
fucking
Yeah.
don't because otherwise you'll just do yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
Eat and stuff. But then on the flip side, don't be there for fucking hours because then
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
that's time
You're
you're
like,
not that's time you're not going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like.
I'm a believer in banking a good day one. That's one of my things.
Yeah, that's
Bank
what I
a
was
solid
thinking,
day
yeah,
one.
yeah.
At Wildhorse, I went really slow, but I was really consistent, and I
Yeah.
banked that good day one.
Did you see that fucking guy just sprinted past then? Jesus Christ.
Someone doing a sprint session.
Yeah, no, it just seen somebody just bolting past the window then.
Oh, now we're on snacks, right? So
He's got the podcast on the go.
I'm reverse podcasting you. I'm going to fucking start asking you questions.
Come on then.
right?
Let's have it.
So you've spoken about biscuits quite a lot on these podcasts. Obviously, I'm an actual biscuit expert, obviously, because I get paid to. I don't do anything with the biscuits. So I brought an array of biscuits because I think these are ones I want us to
I
try.
fucking love them.
What's that? Right.
I've tried all them.
Have you?
Well, of course I have.
Oh yeah. Well yeah. Of course.
I don't know the way you went. Yeah.
I'm fucking starving as well.
Yeah. I'm fucking. I've been sweating my tits off in revive.
Some of the yeah, you can get the yucca on these.
Oh
if you
yeah,
want.
let's get the yucca out.
Some of the
Oh, do we-
previous
oh, I
ones
don't
you've
know
just
if I
talked
should.
about some biscuits, but I thought obviously I've got.
Do you want to get my rating? I'll give him a rating out of 10.
Yeah, right.
I'll be like Dave Portnoy, pizza review, but I'll give it a good.
Let's have it. Oh, thank you.
You got Kinder cards for everyone who's watching.
Well, we got Kinder cards.
Kinder cards.
Kinder cards. Right, let's have a look at the. So anyone listening again, no, the Yucca app tells you how good or shit something is.
Try that. It's
Oh, there we are. A lot of saturates.
Oh.
But yeah, a bit too sweet, but not that bad in terms of
bang with a
additives.
cuppa.
That's a 9.5.
No,
This is fucked.
how good is
I
this?
can have that. Actually, there's no egg in it. Fucking
Oh, just don't
come
worry about that
on.
for now.
Yeah, well, I don't want
Try
to shit
it.
myself on the podcast, you know.
I begrudged having one of these because I ate a pack yesterday. I'll have another one. Don't get me wrong.
Some of
But
You don't have to open them. I can take them home with me, like obviously.
if you want to take it home,
Chocolate melted milk. I just think they're underrated.
they're banging, aren't they?
Oh, I'm fucking stunning.
I'm stopping at Tesco on the way home. I'm gonna get it.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do a packet with a cup of tea.
Bit of warm tea with that.
With a cuppa.
I've never had this.
I've tried it.
There's only fucking rough.
So,
Yeah.
interesting fact is they patented the world's thinnest wafer for this. This is the world's thinnest wafer, I believe.
Is it?
Ah, that is an interesting fact.
Chocolate melted milk, I think, is like just as a simple biscuit. It's
Well,
right.
well, let's crack one open.
Yeah.
You fucking started something now. You shouldn't have.
Hang on, I get the coffee.
So any future guests that might be listening to this,
Ramen soup.
you've got to
Okay.
bring your favourite biscuits. That's the
Yeah,
fucking. That's the
yeah,
fucking.
I
That's the
reckon
rule
that's-
out.
Yeah. Go on.
Oh
Take
yeah.
them over. Take them over.
Apologies for everyone listening, but they're gonna be like, oh.
These ones I'm going to leave to last because I think they're quirky as fuck. Have you
You
tried
are?
these ones? These actual ones?
I don't know. I actually tried them. Don't know what brand that is, but
Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's are not. I'm gonna say that's a 7.3.
That's fair enough. You're allowed your opinion.
Yeah.
So the third one we've got a Le Petit Beurre biscuits with butter and a hint of salt.
I
So
tried
you
the
get like
cookies.
so you get like that sweet and savoury sort of thing going on. So make sure you digest the chocolate, and then I promise you will love these. These are better with a cuppa, mind, but they're fucking. These are dangerous. These are fucking dangerous.
I have 2 compact.
The egg in these motherfuckers or what?
Won't call it the
Nope, no egg in it. There we are. So, oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Anyone listening to this or watching, we do apologise, but you know, I know hopefully by this point, if you're listening, you would have gone to the biscuit tin.
Oh,
How fucking good are they?
the aftertaste of that is it?
Well, fucking get it.
Stupendous bit of bakery.
Get him over behind now. Thank you,
Right, well
sir.
then. I'm gonna have to owe Jenny 30 quid now. Can I have Coke to you, please?
Right,
Leave
so-
us some biscuits.
Right, so anyone listening, right? What we've just got now,
Jenny,
we got,
let me stop. Oh,
we got the Kinder cards.
it's Cancer Scott.
No. What? So anyone listening again, we got a can of Coke
Killer
there which
juice.
says Scott and the producer is Scott, so there we go. Right, we got Kinder cards,
These are
malted milk
fucking
and
insect-
La Petite Beurre.
Butter and salt.
Yeah,
the
butter
bu-
and salt. Let me have a go
The
at this.
buttery taste is Wait till the
yeah.
Wait till the butter cooks in now.
That's a fine bit of French biscuit, that isn't it?
It's like a shortbread taste. Yeah.
Oh, vous pouvez lire, muy bien.
Very middle,
Voulez-vous suck my
very
dick?
middle class. Very middle class.
Oh, that's fucking stunning.
Well, the macro's like
Fuck knows.
not too.
Just biscuits.
I love how
So
this
yeah, I
podcast
thought I'd
is
bring over some treats for you guys, as you seem to talk about biscuits more than running. So I thought,
That's
Yeah.
exceptional.
which one you going with?
that French shit. Well, both of them, but I don't know. That French shit is nice.
So all of their range is banging. By the way, they're a competitor brand to what
I was gonna say, are they? They're not the.
No, we don't know them, but I just love them. Love a fucking biscuit.
Wow.
It's the only reason I listen to your podcast.
They're fucking amazing. I'm definitely buying some M on the way home because they
Yeah,
are.
Kinder cards.
They're unreal.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
We've totally
So-
gone off track now.
I
Yeah,
hope the listeners
you're still-
appreciate
if you-
the biscuit
If
chat.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
still listening and watching after this, right? You are a fucking legend. Let me tell you that.
It's not often we get guests bring us anything, let alone biscuits. So appreciate that.
Buckles and biscuits.
Buckles and
That's what I
biscuits.
bring to the table.
That could be the episode.
Buckles and biscuits. Ooh.
Ooh, I like that.
Right. But so let's get back on track now,
Okay.
is it? Let's get back on track.
Oh, I have to have a lot of guys looking at me.
Okay.
I got 2 now. Oh, take it away. Go on.
Where do we?
We talk about tips and under my lads.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 2 and a half.
Eat loads of biscuits.
Yeah. Do you get sick? I get sick of fucking sweets after a while.
Swap it around. So maybe have an hour where you're chewing on savoury, stick it, change it to sweet.
Saying that, I tried a new thing on the Vogue. I took salted pretzels.
Oh,
I fucking almost died in Barry. One went down my throat. I was spewing in the bush. People who walk past like, you're right, like, I was like, fuck it up.
Morphing into a pretzel.
I had to
yeah.
buy a fucking slush from the guy.
salted pretzels are really like well renowned, I guess, for ultra runners. People love them.
Never again.
Do not recommend.
Almost made my wife
I
want to
like,
go.
I like the American checkpoints. I'm jealous. Like they all have tacos all the time, don't they? And
Yeah,
quesadillas
like Andy
and
Glaze and all that.
Oh,
That's
loads
mad.
of Mexican food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In America ones.
In the American ultras, it's,
American
it's a
ultras.
thing in it. The tacos. Yeah, I'm not barking at the wrong tree now. It's not. Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah. I didn't know.
Quesadillas and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So the 3 Fs: food, feet, move forward is the thing. Don't overcomplicate it. All you're doing is fucking moving forward in one
Yeah.
direction. You don't. There's a lot of runners out there, and like fair play to them. They like to have so much salt an hour, liters of water an hour. I would just go by how I feel. I just wing it.
Yeah.
I'm not a mathematician when it comes to my running. I just eat what I want
I just find
when
it
I want.
stress. I'm trying to. I go and try and get this amount of salt in every hour. I just try and take a salt tab or whatever. Or
I was just going to say that actually. Yeah, like I I started getting quite like strict, I suppose, or like specific, precise with like you said, how much salt I was having per hour and the times I was having it, as well as calories per hour and whatever. But actually, I think, like you said, you've got to go a little bit more like natural off how you feel, and like you said, just what feels right when it feels right. But I think the latter part of the run, even if you don't feel hungry, that's when you kind of got to go.
Eat.
You still, that's when you really got to force it, isn't it, a bit? Because you get to the point where you're like, oh, I can't be fucked to drink, it can't be fucked to eat, and you know that you need to. So I feel like that kind of, that's potentially where some of the strategy is quite helpful if you're like religious with it throughout, because then even though when you don't want to do it, you're all right. Oh well, the hour's up now. I got to get another X amount of water in me, or I got to get a bit more food in me. Whereas if it's like when I've just gone as and when, I end up being a bit all over the shop, where I find then I'm like, shit, I actually haven't drank enough water, or I haven't had, I'm about 1,000 calories under what I need to be having, sort of thing. And so I think it's a bit of a.
It works for some. Like, I got friends who are very religious, like on their carbs per hour, and it works for them. I don't like being told what to do, even by my fucking self. If I told myself by 130 grams of carbs an hour, I just, why are you telling me what to do? Fucking prick. It's my ultra, I'll fucking eat what I want. But I just, that's how I do it. I genuinely just wing my nutrition. Obviously, when I leave checkpoints, I make sure I got a certain amount of water. And then I will make sure, and we're all guilty of this, I'll be like half a mile from the checkpoint and I still got loads of water left. And I feel guilty that I'm coming into, so I'll neck the water, almost drown myself, because I don't want to get to checkpoint and then thinking, fucking amateur this guy, coming in with loads of water. Because you should have no water when you come into a checkpoint. You should have drank it all in theory.
It's hard to, you forget sometimes, don't you?
You literally forget.
Especially when people are talking and stuff like that, you do forget.
Also, poles. Poles can have a massive impact on nutrition. If you've got poles in your hand all the time, you're not fucking reaching for your drink. You're not eating, because you're like, just that. So, and obviously I use poles on the big ones, but I do store them away and stuff. So there's times when I don't use them. But the poles can have a huge impact on your nutrition. You can fucking really fuck up someone's race.
I never thought that.
I don't really like poles, to be honest. I've used them on that 50 miler once, but and like towards the end of like 100 miler on the prom. But I didn't even use them then, really. I started using them. I went, oh, fuck this, and I gave them to one of the boys. Literally.
I didn't use mine on the prom, but Wildhorse was a godsend.
And they probably use them.
Oh yeah.
I think I in mountains and stuff.
I think I did 50 miles. Didn't let go of the fucking poles.
I used them on the Harrow one. They were great. That first 15 miles got the hell.
But only if you use them right. Because if you land on the same foot, if you do the same side, same foot, you're not literally using them. You're just wasting energy. Because they put a load of pressure on your chest. Right. So if you haven't trained with them and then someone gives you poles and use them, you'd be fucking knackered. Your heart rate goes through the roof.
Really?
Because you should be driving through your arms. Yeah. Because you're taking all the weight. Some people don't drive through their arms. They're just literally worthless. There's no point using them.
That's probably
you
what
have to use them properly.
That's a good thing. When you like the ones from Harrier and they give you like a fucking whole demo how to use them.
You've got to train. You've got to train with them, because you've got to build your muscles that use them. Because you basically taking the weight off your legs and putting them through your arms instead, and that's why you get the benefit of them.
Fucking flew that. Look at
mine are the ones I've got. I think Rich, you might have them actually, didn't you? I think they were actually walking poles. Mine are. They're just extendable walking poles.
Oh, okay.
So they're
probably a little bit heavy. Probably heavy
as fuck. Yeah.
I was going to say.
Was it fucking Stoney did say he had fucking poles, he fucking grinded off the ends, man. He said on the podcast. He said he had poles, he fucking grinded the ends off, and he was like, oh, what have I done, yeah?
What was it? How did he? Yeah, I remember him saying.
I can't remember that. I think he didn't wish to fucking pop out the clip on.
Oh, right, that was it. Yeah.
Because I had when I met you on the Wildhorse, you had your lecky ones. I'd never seen them before. I couldn't get about like they were.
So the good thing about, you do pay a bit more money.
Yeah, they're a bit more expensive.
But you've got two benefits. They're they're lighter than air, so you don't even know you've got them. But also you've got the shark loop on the inside of your thumb, so it just literally clips in, so you don't have to worry about going up through a loop, and you just clip them out.
You had those ones, and you had the night glove ones.
I bought the night gloves, invested in them, godsend. So in Wildhorse,
night gloves.
Night gloves with a shark system. So Leckies have got this little loop there, and it clips into the poles. And you just press a button and they come out. So you don't have to worry about going up through a loop. It's literally all the slack is taken on the
I gotta be honest, I haven't got a clue what's happening here.
So
Right.
you know
Let's-
poles.
Lecky poles.
Lecky
No,
shark system.
L-E-K-I.
Just put LEKI shark system.
L-E-K-I
Shark system.
shark system. Okay.
Oh, fucking hell.
Whoa.
It just clip into your...
So instead of having...
£137. You can fucking keep them.
Mr. Mark employ me, have a look at that.
They look fantastic, but they can get fucked. So yeah, no.
They're
I love
really
Mark
good.
Boy, don't I?
Yeah.
You do have a part.
I bought a new pair of running shoes the other day after the goats fucking did me dirty.
Yeah.
I bought those, what are they, the Hokum Fatties.
I've seen the new ones, the X.
No, I didn't get, I got the speed.
Seen them?
Carbon plate.
I got the speed
Josh,
fours.
one of the lads, Josh, he did Vogue in those Mafati X's. And he let me try them on before the Vogue in
Did he?
the hall, yeah.
Because they're meant to be, when I looked into it, apparently they're a bit, better, like, they're wider. Apparently. Because there's no wide option. When I went to, because me and you got the wide option coats and so I was looking, I was like, what the fuck's the wide ones? So
I can't get on with the standard goats. With the wide ones are banging. I had 2 pairs for Wildhorse. I had I went up half. I always go half size up, and then I had full size up for when my feet swelled. But I put them on a mile 80 because the other ones are just so wet and sweaty, and I thought I'm gonna get feet issues. So I went in a bit early to the size up. But God, that was a godsend. Do you remember that checkpoint? You come and help me.
Yeah.
They had to really widen the laces.
Yeah. They're
So
full
I had to
size
like,
up.
pull my laces all the way across, and it really jam it because my feet were like.
Was this to put your foot in or get it? Oh, right.
Oh, my foot was twice the size.
Do you know what? I didn't say at the time 'cause I didn't want to stress you out or make you think, fuck, what's that? But your feet, right? They weren't like I was imagining. They've got like fucking centaurs' feet. Centaurs are the horse people with the fucking hooves. I thought they were gonna be like fucking terrible. They weren't terribly bad. But what I did notice was in between your toes, the fucking skin like folded.
Yeah.
And I was like, looking, I went, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. So
I'm not trying to stress him out. So
No, I knew exactly
you
where
were
I
like,
was on my feet.
My feet, all right, Mike, and I'm like, yep.
They weren't. So I was really fortunate at Wildhorse, and I've got some old school techniques. I just use, so I obviously dry your feet. I'll talc them, make sure they're proper dry, but I'll cover them in Vaseline, just old school Vaseline, or everywhere on the front, back, in between your toes.
Do you have for ultra as well? Just the
Yeah, no, all ultras,
Is it?
even long runs, so 20 miler, just smother them. I did not have any blisters until mile 160.
Whoa. Yeah, Rich.
Yeah, your
it's-
toes are
your toes.
Obviously, Vaseline is not breathable. However, it's like an extra layer of skin in it.
Yeah.
So it's got whatever rubbing has got to break the Vaseline. And if you've got checkpoints every so often, just keep reapplying. Just dry.
I'm gonna have to give us-
Does it
No,
feel
I'm
weird when
trying
you
that.
put a sock on though? With
Weird. It feels like a slimy vagina.
Yeah.
I like you calling that.
I don't really get blisters like I don't. I get the odd one now and again, but I don't tend to get them.
It's because
Yeah.
you do one ultra every fucking 6 months.
Sorry about it once. Yeah,
You don't need to train, you fucking go out and do it.
I am just one
You
big
wake up,
blister.
like, 50 mile up.
The worst thing for feet is rain and the wet.
Yeah.
So I made a big fuck up a checkpoint at Wildhorse. I said I wasn't going to do it, and it got into my head. Someone had gone out and put my waterproof socks on, and I was like, "Fuck, maybe do I need to do that?"
Yeah.
So I did, but then the water got into the socks and just wouldn't come up, and that's why my feet were fucked at the last checkpoint. They wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been if I just carried on wearing my Brav. Because what I did is I bought 5 new pairs of Brav socks before the race, and I fucking love the Brav socks. And just putting fresh ones on the checkpoints is like a godsend.
I've literally got them on as we speak. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Well, I finished in Rossley Bay
Crinkles
ones.
Designs collab.
Yeah, I finished in the blue Rossley Bay ones, which was quite apt.
Yeah.
But they were full of fucking sand by the time I got to the finish because those last 2 miles, it takes you across the beach. And I didn't know that until I got there. I thought it went just up behind Hill End and up. Is it Hill End? The
Yeah,
campsite?
yeah.
But no, you actually go across the beach before you go up to Hill End.
So with this, you go across the beach, up to Hill End, and then up over the top.
Not up the top. You go.
Behind Hill End and the bottom trail.
There's a trail that
adjacent.
goes on the
back
side,
by
past the White House.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's a lot more nice actually than the fucking.
Oh,
Yeah, keep on trying to go up there at the end.
It was,
Yeah.
Station, station.
Elevation station, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do in that marathon I did. That's where I saw the sheep.
So did you go? So when you're at this elevation station, you know about the top of that hill that was on my left as I was
Yeah.
going up to the finish.
It's the it's the
okay.
trig up the
But
top
we normally
to the
go-
gate at the
You
bottom.
go from the other side.
The other
do you?
side where you would have gone to.
Yeah.
towards the end,
Okay. I got there. That looks amazing. I really want to go back there. So that.
You have to come down. We'll do some
Yeah.
elevation station.
What was it? 100 feet, wasn't it?
It's fucking far. I don't know how much.
Because it was half a
And
mile.
Rich has
half
got the
a mile.
record. Rich has almost got the record for coming down there. Because he literally just sent it.
Did you? Fair play.
He's a lunatic. Absolute lunatic
I
of a
know.
man.
I like. Did you fall over again yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before?
I was laughing at that.
I'm just waiting for him to snap his line. And I'm going to just walk back in the pickup now. He's going to be in a crumpled mess somewhere. And I'm going to be like that.
I tell you what,
I'll
right?
tell you what the end's like.
in the in all the years I've done ultras and running now, which is like feels like forever, that last hour of Wildhorse, the terrain, the sand, the dunes, the trail was my favourite hour of running in my life.
Is it?
Because you're going to the finish. I had like a little trail nap at mile 194, 5 minutes. Woke up, had my first gel I've had in months. John gave me a caffeine gel.
Oh, you did a little
Fucking
catch
hell.
and nap.
Well, yeah, I'll talk about it on here. So I saw this thing from an American ultra runner years ago called a Nappuccino.
Yeah.
So what he does, he has a shot of espresso, but goes straight to sleep. 10 minutes, wakes up, and then he's like, it works. And I thought, I need to try this. But you can't really try it unless you're in an event like that, because you can't train for that. Because you need to have been awake for that long to try it. So I was like, give me a gel. So he gave me this caffeine gel. Then I was like, I need to fucking sleep. Wake me up in 5 minutes. So I had this 5-minute dirt nap. It was the best. It was like just before you get to... There's a pub on a hill on the way towards Rossley. I don't know. You'll think
Oh,
I
yeah. No.
It's like a...
It's, oh, fuck. Is it the
It's
Blue
where
Ant
Dan,
Castle like that?
it's where Dan had his pint of Guinness.
I know it. I
and
can't think of the
that.
name of it.
Anyway, it's just full of like...
No, it's the one on the hill. It's further on.
But
I know where it
just
is.
before that, I'd had this nap, and then I got up, and then when you have a little sleep in these long ones, your body thinks you're done, so you just seize up. So every time you go in the checkpoint, then you leave. When I left that checkpoint after you noticed I was barely moving. But then all of a sudden, you just like... It's a bit like Forrest Gump when he comes out of his fucking thing. It's like, yeah, it's quite akin to that. But all of a sudden, something came over me, and there was no pain. And I was just like... It was like... To me, I was flying. John was probably going really slow, but I was like full effort, like running up the hill, and I run the whole way to the finish.
Did you take any painkillers or anything?
I was on codridamol since from mile 100.
I remember on the program, Rob Lewis we were talking about. Shout out to Rob, he's fucking hilarious. His mate,
I love Rob.
I can't remember his mate's
Really
name.
nice
I
guy.
can't remember his mate's name. I can't remember, but he was with his mate. And because it was me, Dan, Rob, and his mate by Aberthorpe Power Station. And his mate just like fucking spaced out. He went, "You're going to have to leave me for a second, boys. I've taken a couple of zapping, my head's gone wonky." And we were like, "You sure?" He went, "Yeah, I'll be alright." And then he came in after checkpoint 3 came in, he was like, "Fuck, that was a bit of a dodgy 20 minutes."
I've had zappings on long runs.
Because zapping is just cocodamol.
It's just a brand. It's a brand name, innit?
Yeah.
So it's cocodamol. But Joanna, who really helped me, I'd known Joanna for like
That's nuts. That is
4 days before Wildhorse, and she was like, "I really want to get involved. I really want to help." And I was like,
You just
yeah.
met like on like just followed each
Just
other.
through,
Like,
yeah, she came down and helped Will and Paul, because Paul was doing that Mumbles 100.
Yes, that's right.
So we all got like connected. It's mad what this community does, meeting people. And she was like, "I really want to get involved." And if you know Joanna, she just loves helping, doesn't she? She's just so lovely. She came and like fixed my feet. Anyway, she's a nurse. She brought me codridamol. So codridamol is the one in between cocodamol and tramadol. So it's one below tramadol. Fuck me. It's...
And she brought you the syringes of anaesthetic.
We haven't got onto that story, have we? So,
I was like, what the fuck is that?
so basically I spend most of the race then on this real strong painkiller, which it makes you spaced out. You probably can't move as quick, but then there's not much pain, so it's nice.
Yeah.
So I probably had loads of pain I didn't realise. But obviously I chafed on day 1. So day 1, it pissed down for 4 hours. And it was that classic stubbornness. Oh, I'll wait till checkpoint 1 to sort it out. But it's fucking 29 miles, and this was an ultra.
Yeah.
But normally you'd be like, oh, it's 8
Oh, yeah.
miles to the checkpoint. So by the time I got to checkpoint 1, went behind the tent, pulled my shorts across. There's fucking blood everywhere, coming out my ass, coming in between my...
I was going to ask how you chafed it, but just due to the rain.
It's just the rain, and my undershorts, which are from Decathlon, which are normally amazing, they obviously just stuck right on the inside. Do you know between your balls your gooch and the inside of your leg.
Yeah.
On my actual ball, everyone's like, "How's your balls?" My balls are fine. It's
Yeah,
just
The
skin,
skin,
all
yeah,
around
yeah.
it, and there's colour. There's still the skin's still coming back now.
It's still like Freddy Krueger down there, is it?
It's not that bad, but essentially, it was too late. Once your skin's gone, it's like, so you just got to manage it. So, on morning number 2, I was like calling people for pseudocreme. Can you bring me fucking pseudocreme?
I remember you
Checkpoint.
mentioning pseudocreme.
Yeah, I was like, I need pseudocreme, otherwise I need my fucking balls chopped off. Rachel, shout out to Rach because she helped so many people. She had sex lube in her van. Not even joking. Well, it's an ultra. It's not unless she is using it for something else, which I'm not no one to judge. Anyway, she gave me this lube, which a lot of runners use on their feet. So I lubed up there in front of these 2 women. They were laughing. It was funny. I didn't give a shit by that point. Got to the next checkpoint. Kerry Williams was there. He had nappy rash cream.
Yeah.
Because people just carry random shit, don't they? Nappy rash cream, fine. Then when I saw Jo, she pulled out these 2 syringes. I was like, what the fuck are these? She was like, and they afford to go to the end of your cock for a catheter.
Fuck now.
So,
Jesus Christ.
search it, lidocaine catheter, something like
One
that.
in my car.
Have you?
Yeah.
You are?
I'll go and get it.
What?
We're not waiting
That'll bring
6
back
months to
fucking
go.
memories.
I ain't got a fucking clue what to spell this.
Lidocaine, L-I-D-O.
I ain't got a fucking clue what it is. Lidocaine catheter, right. Local anaesthetic, often
is there
used in numbing
pictures?
area before
First
medical
image, it's like a
procedure.
see-through plastic syringe.
What does Rich mean he's got one of these in
She
the
left
fucking
one
car?
of
So it
She
goes in your urethra, your jap side, right?
Why?
So,
Why?
so,
Catheter,
the thing can go into your
boy.
cock, so it numbs it all.
When you have a catheter, they put a pipe down your old boy.
What the fuck
Yeah.
is a catheter though?
No,
You know when you fucking in the
piss
hospital? Yeah, piss bag.
Ah,
You know when you're in hospital, they got the
right.
fucking
Yeah,
piss sack on the fucking...
I didn't
Right.
need a catheter.
Right,
However,
got it.
the syringe contained the numbing gel.
Yeah, numbing gel.
So she gave me these
okay.
syringes. So I'm putting these
Smearing
syringes in my
on
bag
the
like a
balls.
junkie. I'm in an ultra with these. I look like a junkie. Like, right?
He's got a methadone protector.
Yeah.
Methadone protector. Fucking hell, prescription. I can't even speak. I'm having a stroke.
But I'm then squeezing this gel out and then rubbed it down there and it burns like fuck.
Yeah, bring it on camera, Richard.
Why have we...
Oh my god, this literally brings
the
back
same
so
woman,
many
Joe.
memories.
Yeah.
Got ready in Richard's car before the Vogue and left it in there.
Well, this is random.
So there's that. So that goes down the end of your old boy.
From biscuits to bell end cream.
Buckles, biscuits, bell and cream. Great episode. So obviously you take this cap off, and then I was just like, normally we'd go, but I put in my fingers. God, this is some props and a half. This
I know. This is
good night,
This
that is.
beats Rhys Jenkins' props.
We get
actually,
fucking
doesn't it?
raided now.
What did he
Yeah.
have? What did Rhys Jenkins have now? The cow? No.
Oh, yeah, I told him about it. The udder cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Udder cream, yeah. What
He put it on my ankle, didn't he?
yeah.
I swear
It's
by
a
that
tiger
stuff.
bomb, isn't it?
Anyway, so
It smelled lovely.
it burns when you put it on, but then I did not feel anything down there for about 6 days.
What, 6 days?
About 6 days,
Fucking
and then
hell.
when the feeling come back, when I was at home recovering, I was like, "Oh, fucking hell, it burns down there." It's because the feeling starts on. I don't
That's
think it
mad.
should have lasted that long, but it did. I didn't feel anything for days. But on the sly, I had a couple of hot spots at one checkpoint on my feet. Put it on my feet, didn't feel any pain. So I'm like, there's something in this. We could fucking make it. There's a business opportunity here for runners.
Which you're going to use that on the pig on his little pinky toe. Which is literally
I-
like hamburger
I-
meat.
Yeah, use it.
I'm keeping it.
Test it at the Pigham, see if it works on your little toes because it just
We'll be
numbs all
sharing
the
that on
area.
in
So
the
obviously,
Mila.
it was like I had a hot spot somewhere on my foot, and I just put a little bit of gel, but then I don't remember there was no hot spot there anymore. So it must have that must have really helped.
That's interesting.
Unless it was
tattooing numbing
placebo
cream.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if that would work.
Tattooing number cream. Could
Oh,
do.
that would know if that would work for tattoos.
It might do.
Not sure. Not sure. I don't know if it go like. Yeah, it could do. Because I've used them in gel for tattoos. But yeah, this was Joanna. I'm gonna shout.
Where
her
did she
out.
get that from, though?
She's a nurse.
No.
Yeah, but is that allowed? You don't see me walking out with a fucking laptop.
We're not saying Joanna's surname, so she's not going to get in trouble.
No one's getting fired.
Joe Blogs, not Joanna. Thank you, Joe Blogs. For this. But she saved my race, so she came.
She saved your nuts.
She was
She
funny
saved-
on the Vogue. She was like
Yeah.
at the head of me, just singing her head off. Venga boys.
She's a barrel of laughs. She's really like get a lot of lightheartedness. So she paced me at one of the sections as well at Plynn Van Bark. and it was just nice to have company. And then yeah, she's been really really cool. So thank you, Joe, for saving my nuts and saving my race.
It's
'Cause I
mad
would
on the-
have had a much worse time without that and the drugs that I had as well.
It's mad those little connections happen just to this community is like the maddest
It's
community
mad.
going in.
And I think she's doing. I think her and Paul are doing.
You do the Peckham?
Yeah, they're doing a Pigum, but they might be doing Serona. I'm not sure.
Do you know Ross Edgley's book, right? I listened to that, and then
He's doing Ireland now, isn't he? At the moment.
Iceland, isn't it?
Iceland.
That's it. Yeah. He when I listened to his book, so it's the Art of Resilience, I believe.
The second book.
For second book, so the World's Fittest book is his first
I
book,
got
and
his
then
first book.
Art of Resilience, I think, is the second one. So he said, right, you know, his tongue started falling off, didn't it?
Yeah,
right?
like salt tongue you get.
After like a couple of days, his tongue was
Never seen
falling
that.
off. He was eating his soup, and he was like, "Oh, what meat is this in the soup?" They were like, "It's tomato soup." His
Yeah.
fucking tongue was falling into the soup, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
picture on his YouTube channel when he was doing the Great British Swim, all like falling apart.
well, he basically, there was a guy, just a random fucking guy, right, who just wanted to come see. I don't even think he knew what was happening, right? He just wanted to come on the boat and see what was happening or whatever, like, because he must have heard.
Nosy bastard.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was something like he was.
wrong with that?
He was like a local guy. He heard what they were doing or something. And I think he came, you know, and basically they were like, oh, you know, said, oh yeah, this is happening or whatever, and just mentioned it passively. And he said, oh, apple cider vinegar. Or just, you know, just something. I think it was that, right? But if not, he just said, oh, do this, that'll go. Fucking instantly, like, just no issues. And I'm sure it was raw apple cider vinegar or something. And I think he said it counteracts the salt. I don't know exactly. It might have been something completely different. But he basically had.
It was like he was meant to be there.
It was like he's meant to be there.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
what
just
he
a
said.
fucking random bloke.
He
Like,
was coating his tongue in what's it called? Coconut oil. I'm sure he's like got coconut oil. Does
Ross, if
sounds
you're,
right,
if you're
yeah.
listening to the poddy during your swim, get some of this for your tongue, mate. Fucking
like,
fine.
you know. If he listens to this podcast, I'll eat that. Watch him now, little blue tech comment. Supper's ready, Michael. Like, holy shit!
Someone to make a fake YouTube account and comment, oh, loving your stuff.
Somebody get fucking AI to do a video.
supper's ready.
Yeah.
I saw
him banging my wife. Fucking say, I said, someone make an AI video and banging my wife. Say, love the podcast. 50 days around
I
my
don't think
wife.
this would numb the pain of that.
Oh, no, fucking hell.
Oh, for
I think
fuck.
I saw a video of him. Is this the guy? Was he really swollen when he got
should
out
say
the
that.
water?
This is- this is-
Yeah, really fucking bad.
Yeah, he,
That's next level.
he had a thing
shit,
called
that is.
rhino neck, didn't he? Because he his wetsuit was rubbing so much, he just built all callus up by his neck, and,
His
and his nickname was
oh, the
Rhino
skin
Neck.
was like a
Yeah, his
rhino's.
neck was all like super.
couple of weeks or months, or couple of weeks into the Great British Swim he did, he basically got on the boat and like went straight to sleep or whatever. Right? But obviously his neck's all cut from the wetsuit. And it fused into the fucking pillow or something. So when he woke back up, then he literally it had started healing with and
He couldn't fucking sleep
So
anyway.
he literally had to rip the pillow out of his fucking neck.
That's rough.
Yeah, he is one mental bloke, but love it.
We'll have to tag him in that, Scott. Make a reel and tag him, see if he sees that.
Yeah, see if he fancies coming on the podcast. Like, fuck me.
Nailing my wife. Like.
You see, you'd be like, oh shit, my biscuit choices won't be good enough for those lads.
I'd be interested to see what biscuit he eats. Actually, he eats a lot of fucking food. Actually,
Fucking hell, yeah,
Yeah,
calories he
he
eats.
fucking needs to.
He is a unit.
yeah.
You can't take it easy in water, can you?
Yeah.
You can't, like, I suppose there's such thing of having an easy-ish swim, but it's not like running. Where running you can just walk, can't you? You still got to swim constantly. I
It's
can't.
very true.
It's like the first centurion, the first mumble centurion he
Yeah.
did. You didn't fucking have goggles, did you?
Drowned
Remember?
before DNF.
I didn't. Actually, yeah, I didn't have goggles. And I can't get my fucking head in the water, or couldn't get my head in the water anyway. So anyone watching this, right, my swimming style, I'm like that, out the water, and you could spot me a mile off. Because I'm the only one with my head fucking out the water with no goggles on.
Yeah, you had him swimming
My
like
eyes
that.
were burning so bad by the end of it, you know, because of the salt water.
You had him swimming like that with his head flapping about everywhere. You had me just flying into the water because I was shit scared of seals coming near me. I was like, I am fucking gone. BB, like. I'm a pretty good swimmer. To be fair. So the last year we did it, I had my PB. Yeah, because the first year I did it, Did it in surf. Yeah, the first 1% Sugar, did it all backwards. Did the swim in a surfing wetsuit. Did the cycle on a fucking mountain bike,
old bike,
basically.
yeah.
And did a trail, did a 13
That's
miles.
when you first met each other,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah.
did a 13-mile trail run on road shoes. But yeah, so the second year I was like, I'm going to splash out and buy a... It's like literally 2 weeks before the event. I panic bought and I'm going to buy a proper those Orca swimming wetsuits. It's fucking 10 minutes slower. What the fuck? And a year later, yeah, I did a pretty good time. I think I did 39 minutes in my half.
I know, I've never done a triathlon.
Don't bother.
Yeah,
shit on me.
why be... I'm only shit at once, but why be shit at 3, you know?
To be fair, like they used to do this thing. One of the boys used to say, I don't know if they do it anymore. I can't remember. I was telling you, it was called I think it was called the Brecker or something like that. So it's basically a swim run. So you start in Marsilli, you make your way back to Mumbles. You do the trail run, but you swim bits of it as well. So you jump in the water and you swim like sections.
No, I saw. So there's someone I follow on Instagram who's got a run club that comes down here.
Oh, is it Jess?
Kerry.
Oh,
Mumbles Milers.
Yeah,
I think they've stopped now, actually. Yeah.
She was out when I was waiting for you boys. She literally walked past me and I was like, oh my god. When you know someone from the internet,
Yeah.
I've never met him, but it felt like you knew each other.
Yeah.
She just done that.
Oh, is it?
She's like, oh, I did that event where you like your trail run and then you got to go into a.
Oh no, that's a Darth
the Darth
Mannion.
Mannion, yeah.
Darth Mannion, I did that last year. That's basically just a trail run, but you do a sea dip. But this is proper swimming. So you start in Marsilli and you swim like 2 miles, then you get back out, run again, and then you jump
What's
out.
that, the Brecker you're on?
So
was
it's
it?
called something the Breck. I don't know if it carries on, but yeah, I do something like that. I just cannot stand cycling. Absolute shit hobby. Don't care if I've offended anyone. Terrible.
Each to their own.
Say again.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Huh?
Yeah, my next one, isn't it?
Don't care.
I don't know.
Don't care. No.
I can't.
No, do you know what? I want to give one a go at some point.
I'll never do
just
it.
tick it off, but I probably won't pay for it. See, I'd rather just do the Ryan Man.
Yeah, the Ryan
Ryan
Man.
is a Ryan
Yeah, you
Man.
can do the Ryan Man.
The half Ryan Man and then the full Ryan Man.
We should definitely do a
Save
Pills
myself
to
a grand.
Hills. Well, actually, we've talked about doing a run or whatever, but we should do like some sort of backyard ultra. Like a Pills to Hill back. Because I had one
I
of the
would
boys.
100% do that.
I had one of the boys from school message me, said, "Oh, he hasn't done an ultra. Has he done an ultra yet? I'm not sure." But he was like, "I'd be 100% up for doing. If you're going to organise like an ultra, I'd 100% be up for it." So
I tell you a good place to do it is where we went for a run in like Skep.
Millwood. Oh.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah, Millwood.
Yeah, you want to
Millwood.
do trail, but you don't want it.
Oh,
you don't
this-
want too much elevation, but you want
Yeah,
a little
the
bit.
this place is
elevation's on,
perfect.
well, the
Was it-
elevation on this is fucking evil. That's just,
that wasn't that bad.
it's fucking all uphill until you come back round.
I had
It wasn't that bad, was it?
If you're doing a loop, it's a decent.
Nah, well, it was only like a 3-mile loop, so it wouldn't be like an official 4-miler, but it was class.
No,
It's
if
like
you
a-
do
it's like
it,
an
do.
eight.
I would, if you were to do one, do the official. I would do it properly.
We'd have to
Like
like.
2 birds.
Get
Yeah.
half a mile out then, can't you?
I was thinking we could
Let's
just get a
fucking do
speaker
it.
and a couple of deck chairs and just get a bunch of mad cunts who fancy going for a run.
Yeah, nothing official, like nothing to pay.
Yeah, but it'd be a
like a
Pills
free
to Hills
event, like a
thing.
Chuck
free
some
event.
biscuits
Just
on.
come round and have a go.
Sit in the deck chairs.
Say again.
Sit in the deck.
Yeah, we'll have like an aid
Scott, you can come
station.
and film it. And
We would, well, just it wouldn't be like a paid thing. Just get people to come down.
There we are. Anyone listening or watching?
Hit us
If
up on
you fancy that,
Instagram.
let us know.
the Pills to Hills backyard. Or the front yard. Call it the front yard.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Call it the front yard.
The front yard.
Yeah, something a bit different, isn't it?
And we'll do a little twist. We'll all take Mitsubishis and we'll do a silent disco with your headphones on. A couple of biscuits. Not those types. Disco biscuits. Shouldn't really say that. We were sponsored anyway, so
Ah, that's right. We fucking. Sorry, we're talking about real biscuits, aren't we?
yeah.
That's what we're
Talking
doing.
about the old.
I can't stop eating these fucking things. I'm gonna be
They're-
honest.
they're
They are
dangerous.
mental. Yeah.
They're so, but also we've done all these biscuits without like a brew, and I, you know,
Yeah, I
always like
know.
to have a
I
cup
had,
of-
I had a cup of tea today. Yeah, you had
Yeah.
me
I don't think they'd go well with the trip drink, to be honest. You know, dipping it in the trip drink. Like,
This has been alright actually.
I'm still off my fucking bin from that. I've got to be honest.
I'm gonna drive home.
Right, so I think parting notes then. What? As I know you said you don't know what's next at the moment, but have you got anything in mind yet?
Yes, I've always got shit in mind.
It's
So
not.
are you
It's
gonna-
like that.
Yeah, so I've booked onto the Pigham, but for me that's not like a bit like that. I think I've got the 1,000-mile buckle in my head now.
Ooh.
Recent carers are good like that. They get like it's not a bad thing. It's like I really want that.
How do they keep track? Or do you have to just tell them I've done this
There's
much?
a website that tracks what you've done, but mine's got some missing races on there. So But I know what I've done. I can just tell them.
Because
Yeah.
I did the Vogue in the Red and
So
March.
if I did pick Edam and Serona, I think I'll be on 730.
So you need, what is it? You need to do all of the Pegasus
No,
events
it's 1,000 miles within.
1,000 miles within their races.
within their
the
races.
stable-
It doesn't have to be in a year. It's sort of
No, yeah,
No, yeah,
all
right.
time.
Collectively.
All time.
Ah, okay.
And you
But
get
I
a-
worked that away. I could potentially get it by summer next year. Because if I signed up to the Mid Wales 200, but then did like Vogum and the Howham, I booked onto the Howham next year as well. Then that means I could.
Oh, you booked on already, have you?
Yeah, it means that if I could finish the Mid Wales 200 and get the 2 buckles, I think that would be quite a nice
Yeah.
thing.
Because that's what
to
Dan
do.
did, didn't he? Finish Wildhorse and he had both buckles
Yeah,
then?
he got it, yeah. So there's that, but then there's other things, and I really want to do an American Ultra. I don't
I'd love
care
to
the
do that,
distance.
yeah.
I just want to go over to like
Yeah.
Tennessee and do the, I don't know, the fucking Bigfoot 50 or whatever they call
I'd
it.
love to do one over there.
And just eat some tacos and just
Yeah.
go on a bit of an adventure. Or preferably do like 100-mile over there would be great in the future. Then there's people always ask me, would you do Dragon's Back? And it just doesn't
No,
interest
that
me.
doesn't
The
appeal to me.
the multi-day things, I like the continuous thing. But then there's talk of this 300-mile race potentially come in. So there's...
Who the fuck's doing a 300-mile race now?
What do you think?
Peg.
Oh.
Oh.
I just hear rumours. But
Oh, okay.
maybe I'll ask Hannah.
Do
'cause
it
she
as dressed
said,
as Spartans.
You are.
Do it dressed as Spartans.
um,
As Sparta!
so the reality is, to be honest, I needed a period of time where I don't fucking worry about what's coming because I've needed that recovery, like you said. But there's a girl called Chelsea. She lives in Newport. She's South African. I don't know if you've seen her online. She's done a few FKTs. We're on about potentially doing a mixed FKT because you can get a mixed sex FKT. See.
Yeah.
So we've been in contact.
Fast known time for anyone who wonders what that is.
Fastest known time on a specific sort of famous trail. It's got to be a known. Can't just say like I want to be the fastest person ever on a street.
Constitutional.
Yeah.
Where do you think we're doing it?
I don't know because I don't want to pin it because once I say I'm going to do something,
Yeah.
I will fucking do it. But we're looking at like the Offers Dyke, north to south, which is obviously the border between England and Wales, basically. 177 miles. No mixed sex have done it, so whoever does it will just set the record.
Okay.
So that's potentially in the pipeline, but I don't know. I think I need this time off because I'm still in the dip.
Yeah.
In reality. Oh, this has given me a lift today, so thank you for having me on. It's been fun.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. Thanks for
I did say I was going to reverse podcast you.
Thanks for coming.
That reminds me, right? Go off a fucking tangent. When I went to Spain with Linz and the kids back 2019, right? Leaving the hotel, guys like happy anything. Have a safe flight. I went, you too. And I tried that. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I do that all the time. It
was like that Homer meme when reading a book, am I disabled? Like that. He looked at me like that, I went, you too.
I opened the door for someone in the office and they said, oh, thank you. And I said, oh, yeah, not bad. Because you think like someone said, how are you? But they just said thanks.
They just won't make eye contact with you.
No, I said I was going to reverse podcast. So thank you for coming on Mikey's Biscuit podcast. You've been wonderful. But yeah, any future guests, you've got to bring biscuits on.
I think we've started a thing now.
We have definitely. Well, yeah.
Good luck.
I was going to say
any of those two.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I don't know. Mind if somebody fucking goes to Marks and Sparks, they may have your number.
Are they
going to take a fucking.
They probably sell them in Marks and Sparks.
Oh, they are exceptional.
They'll have to take a fucking loan.
They've got to beat a 9.5 because I was a 9.5.
Oh, Kinder Cards is up there.
Yeah, I might have to get some memo. We all know.
I'd be sick if I win it.
I can do a whole pack of them in one go easy.
Yeah, they are legit.
We're back on the biscuit thing now. Just tell them to fuck off.
Right, absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you very much.
Nice one.
Thank you, sir. Have we got anything else to say now before we finish?
Well, yeah, sponsor Mike and Rich with their sport in mind because they're doing 6 ultras in 6 months on the Pegasus events. You're halfway to the target already. I love how I'm just doing this for you, like plugging it. And they've also got another. I'm not going to mention what it is.
Can we? I don't know if we can. Can we say now or?
Yeah,
come in, Rich. Come in quickly.
Yeah,
let's come in, Rich.
Come on in. Come
Just
on
come
in.
on.
Richard is entering the chat.
Come on.
So
I'm in between.
Richard and Mike are going to be doing.
Go on, Rich. You can.
We're doing the 100-mile Pegasus Serona.
It's
You
not.
fucking told the camera now.
Yeah, we're up in the
You gotta do it.
It's not
Yeah.
100% confirmed, but Ben, thank you Ben from Sporting Mind, got in contact with us and said he's got 2 places for the Serona, so potentially me and Richard are throwing that in the mix.
As part of the fundraiser
As
as
part-
well.
so yeah,
And,
so-
and bearing in mind, like, you only started doing ultra, you done your first ultra, what, 4 or 5 months ago?
January.
Yeah, he done his first ultra in January and ran 100 miles in August. So,
And I'm 15 stone.
sponsor, if you can, share, if you
You're
would.
quick for a big guy.
I know, I didn't say that. I said to them later on the Vogan, me and Dan running with some guy, and he went, some guy was running behind me, he ran with us for a good bit. He went, oh, don't take this the wrong way, but you were pretty quick for a big guy. And I was like, I don't know whether net you were fucking it. You know? I was like, I'll take it. But yeah, I've diverted. Yeah, so hopefully we are doing the Serona 100 miler, which is going to be, we're doing the Edam 50 miler start of August. 2 weeks later, the Serona 100 miler. And then 2 weeks after that will be the, oh, fucking hell, it'll be probably hospital jobby. It'll be the 30 miler rhythm. So yeah, we'll be pushing the fundraising hard for that because we've got to raise a bit more for the Serona, but it's looking like it's going to happen.
Come on.
The stars have aligned.
Yes. Well done, boys. Oosh, oosh, oosh. Right. Well,
On that note, fuck off.
see you later, guys.
See you next time. Oh, that's golly. Nice one, brother. I love that. You enjoy that?
Yeah, it was fun.